You don't have to say a word.
Welcome back to the Black Rasslin Podcast. We started a little early than normal, but you should know what that you should know what that means when that happens. I want to give the congregation a little bit of time to pop in. But brother fam, you was outside already.
Yeah. We're in the midst of shout out to Aunt Tina. We're in the midst of planning a huge 70th birthday party celebration on Monday. Okay. And my wife is running point, right? Along with my auntie. So she went over there for planning. So me and Lil Fam, like I said, shout out to her.
Facts.
We went to the Green Turtle to order some dinner. I picked up some, you know what I mean? And so while I waited, I had some, you know what I mean?
There you go. No, that's good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Salutes to the chat. Who's in the chat early? Shouts to Sean Tragedy. Yeah, you know what time it is. These skills, you know what time it is. Shouts to you, Kels, in the building.
This is my JobberSlam bottle, man.
You missed that. We'll talk about JobberSlam for a little later. There's actually, we got the full show this week. I ain't gonna hold you. I guess it's ahead of I always like to say a wrestling ass weekend.
You got to pay up. You got to pay what you owe, Sammy.
Yeah.
You got to pay what you owe.
Hey, it is what it is. And please hit that like button, everybody.
Hit that share, God dang it.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, but
I got this table out the background.
What's up?
My crab table, baby. I'm a crab table. You know, you got to throw the crab shells in the middle, boy.
Do I just get this started now? Do I just kick the? Them crab table festivities. It may be time to at the very least get this intro kicked off and get this conversation kicked off. I don't want to have nobody overstand their welcome. Actually, as a matter of fact, let me make sure I'm doing things proper, because I don't know what's going on. I'm not looking at the chat because it is a. I love being able to use that. And I wrote a little intro and everything. Hold up. I wrote a little intro and everything, because this week we do have a very interesting guest, brother fam, chat, everybody locked into the BRP. I feel like it was about 5 years ago, at this point, where at the very least there were stories going around about a brother who worked the Cirque du Soleil, who was talking to the WWE and was about to be part of the WWE, and I think it was by about the December 2020, something like that. We were introduced to this brother. At that time, we knew him as Reginald or Reggie. The flips was amazing. Such crazy work. Everything was to the point where my man was a 4-time WWE 24/7 champion. Fast forward a couple of years, actually not that long ago, he was representing the Scripps. You remember around the time when OTM was really just starting to OTM down there in NXT, he was doing this thing. But it's funny how change and things work, because his contract ended this past June, right? And for some reason, I don't know who said what, but they're like, nah, get this brother right here, take him down to GCW and have him wrestle everybody. Have him take the summer. You know, I know last year was the summer of Jay Bougie. No disrespect to Bougie, but when in looking at what this brother we're about to bring to the stage has been doing from June to tonight, because hey, about an hour ago, he made his debut on Ring of Honor and on Wrestling Johnny TV on Honor Club. This weekend, he's got a matchup against Mustafa Ali. Of course, it's in GCW again. He'll be out in Chicago if you're out there, if you want to tap in online. This week on the Black Rasslin Podcast, family, give it up for Sidney Akeem.
Yo, what's up, fam? What's up, everybody?
How you doing, my brother? Let me turn this off. How you doing, my brother?
I'm gonna just say this right now. That intro, man, I ain't had an intro like that since
Hey.
I ain't never had an intro like that. That was a fire intro. We didn't
Oh,
say nothing else. We didn't say nothing more right now. That intro by itself was dope.
Well,
I appreciate that.
I'm always, it's like, I think the conversation about like what happened in the world and how the world changed during the pandemic. But then when I really started thinking, like, damn, like that was, and this is probably my first question. That's the first time we really saw you in a square circle at all. And from what I was reading, it sounds like this. Can you talk about this exchange between Cirque du Soleil and WWE and how you ended up in the ring? Because I saw a conversation that just said that, but like I don't know what is that. What did that exactly mean?
Man, so wrestling wasn't even a thought in my mind
Okay.
until 2019, about April of 2019. I was a fan growing up, watched it with my uncle when I was younger, but it was only like a 3 or 4 year span from like 2006 to 2000, 3 year span. So it was 2006 to 2009, essentially. Uh, or maybe a little bit before. My mind is messed up by all the bumps or whatever.
You've been
But
working, man.
yeah, but so yeah, 2019 comes around. I'm with Cirque du Soleil. We're traveling. We're in Orlando, and my coach comes to us on the very first day. He said, "Hey, the WWE wants to do an exchange with us." I'm like, "The what? Ain't no you lying? Ain't no way."
Right.
But he said NXT performing. I'm like, nah, it's not happening. So every week I kept asking, like, when is this exchange going to happen? When is this exchange going to happen? He said, we're going to go there on our day off and we're going to train a day as a wrestler. And they're going to come here on their day off and train the day as a circus performer. We went into the performance center our last week. We only had 5 weeks in Orlando. It was a short city. Our last week on Monday, we went to the performance center and we walked into the door. On Sunday night, my last show, I said, man, I'm going to sleep early. I'm going in there to try to get me a job. I was 16 years in at this point. I was ready to be done.
Right.
The show was going to Europe afterwards. I didn't even want to go to Europe the following year. My contract was over. And so I went in, and they was playing WrestleMania. I forget which one it was, but it was the one, I think Kurt Angle's retirement. And
Okay.
then we see Shawn Michaels walk through the door. I look at my boy Duncan. I said, yo, is that Shawn Michaels? Yep. Ain't no way.
No way, boy.
Hey, it happens.
Walk through the door. We're seeing the replica titles and all of these different things. And easy, we walk into the performance center. And then we started flipping in the ring, doing all of these crazy acrobatic things. And I'm just doing all these crazy flips, me and my circus guys. And then I did the back worm, my famous little back worm that I do under a clothesline. And when I did it, out of all people, Scotty Too Hotty, Scott Garland said, hey kid, do that again. And I did it again. And he had Matt Bloom watch. And they started talking. He was like, oh my God. It was like, said some good shit, good stuff or whatever. My bad. I don't think I curse or not.
Nah, you good. You good. You good.
No, you good. Very good.
So yeah, he saw that, and I said, bingo, we got action. So the next day I said, yo, to Matt Bloom, like, how does one get involved? He said, oh, we have a tryout, clear with your people, then I'll fight you. I said, say less. I didn't get anything cleared. We had the week off. So I said, hey, I got it cleared. What's up? I got a rental car. I'm like, guess I'm doing a tryout. And then I fly home the following Sunday, fly back to Orlando on Tuesday for the tryout. Completely crushed the tryout. Didn't even know what to expect. Completely crushed it. Matt Bloom most definitely did me a solid, getting me into the tryout at very last minute. But I went in there, cut a promo about my life. My life was never easy, has never been a walk in the park, sunshine or rainbows, nothing like that. So cut a promo about my life, about my uncle being shot in my bedroom. The same uncle that I used to watch wrestling with, the same uncle when he was killed, I stopped watching wrestling because it was just too painful to watch. So did that promo, and then before the end of the day, they came to me and said, hey, so you're a stud athlete, and we love your story. We want to bring you into WWE. I'm like, bet. They said, say when. They told me they were going to bring me in July and this date, this date, this date. The trail went cold. I didn't hear anything, but I said, you know what? I'm not going to just sit on my behind and just wait for them to call me. So I'm still working for Cirque du Soleil, and so we're going to places like Montreal, Connecticut. I went to St. Louis, all of these different places, and I'm looking up wrestling schools. I said, hey, let me get some wrestling in these schools and send the video to whoever in the performance center. So that's what I did. I trained in Connecticut, Montreal, Calgary, Vancouver. And when I got to Vancouver, I sent like a compilation video of just highlights. He was like, yeah, you look good. We're going to bring you in. And they flew me down for like a physical and blood work and all these different things. And by January 2020, I was signed.
That's crazy. So because I was thinking about, I'm looking at your record. You said you were wrestling and learning at a bunch of these schools, but you weren't wrestling in the indies. Like your first matches was happening in WWE rings.
At the Performance Center in front of legends. My very first match, they said, I'm 2 weeks in. I'm greener than all my plants right here. They said, you have a match tomorrow. I'm like, what? I ain't got no gear. I put like some circus tights on, see-through. It was bad. But I did all the flips in the world, had zero psychology or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was horrible. But I learned real quick. Second match, I had a little bit better gear. And Edge, he watched my match at the Performance Center. And I said, can you give me some feedback? And he said, that was my second match ever. He's like, whoa, that was your second match ever? That was pretty damn good for your second match ever. So he put me over big time. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm going to take this far, most definitely.
Okay. Now, I guess I don't want, because I mean, we could probably skip back and forth too, but I mean, I'm interested because, again, like I mentioned, June is when you really, your indie career started taking off. And I watched the match with you and Jack Cartwheel, and I was like, damn, it was dope because y'all styles are so, that fam loves Jack Cartwheel. But it was ill. He did the moonsault off the top rope and landed sitting on the chairs, and like they was trying to hand him drinks after he did that. That was cool. But like, what was that transition like? Going from wrestling in NXT, wrestling in WWE, and then going down to GCW. What was it? Were the different things you had to pick up learning or while working down there? Talk about that aspect.
Man, I always say that I was very fortunate, very blessed to get my start at the Coca-Cola of them all. The brand at the very top of it all, I got all of my experience there. So I'm not going to say it's going backwards, but the normal path is you work on the indies with the goals to get to WWE, now AEW, New Japan, all of these places. I was there. I was at the big dance. And so I got all the experience from, like I told you, my second match, I had Edge critiquing me. It's like, what better learning can you get? Like, this is the place I want to learn from.
Right.
And learn that. And so going back, I felt restricted the whole time I was here in WWE because I was playing the character. I was playing the role that they gave me. And so I learned that when I go to the indies, and all my friends told me, Axiom, Apollo, Ricochet, EJ, Moose, everyone kept telling me, dude, you about to have the run of your life on the indies. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm excited. In that first match with Jack, I knew exactly what they were talking about. I felt like, oh, I'm free.
Right.
Very cliche to say that, but I really felt free because people saying, hey, yo, he could do this and y'all didn't renew his contract. Like, I legit did everything that they wanted me to do. And I made lemonade like out of lemons, legit. Because everything that I did as Reggie, we can talk about the Scripps character, but everything I did as Reggie, it was supposed to be nothing. That whole thing started as a fake name on a sheet of paper, and then I added all of the flair to it. Oh, he's a sommelier. I never knew what no. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna let you cook. But my question was those handcuffs that they put you in, is that what made you run around and say that white woman like that?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yo, we are actors at the end of the day.
Oh my
Yeah.
bad.
I was just doing my job.
Right.
I was just doing the job.
Hey,
That was a job.
Them handcuffs got me paid.
he was
that's
acting. He was
exactly.
acting.
It was active. But the
Twice.
thing is, a lot of people wouldn't do certain things. And I did it. I said, if I'm going to do it, I'm just going to do it to the best of my ability. I come from the circus. And so egg on my face is not unknown for me. I did circus class with the clown classes, and I made myself the butt of jokes or whatever. And I got that. Coming here, it's just another form of circus. Just like wrestling is another form of circus, and circus is another form of wrestling.
No,
all these
yeah.
different things.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm just like, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it better than everybody else. So, I mean, I brought the suits with the high capris, and I started to speak with the French accent because I parle français un peu and things like that. I'm like, I didn't know what no sommelier was.
I'm from Memphis.
I still don't know what it's from.
He said only one I knew was Wild Irish Road.
It's like, it's weird. I'm like, bro, and I don't know why Google got me from Memphis. I'm from.
Well, your internet cut. Just
Super weird that. How does Google get it wrong? You know?
wait. Just say it again. Where you from? I'm sorry.
I'm from St. Louis, but
Okay.
on Google it says I'm from Memphis.
That's what everything was
Bill from
saying.
France.
Okay.
Weird. I'm like, how did they get it wrong? But I'm just like again, like Memphis, St. Louis. I'm from St. Louis. I'm from Walnut Park. What a sommelier is.
Right.
So they say St. Louis is a wild town.
Yeah.
How does one go from a wild town? Like, I don't want to be cliche and say the Lou or whatever, but how does one go from a wild town like that to Cirque du Soleil?
I was this close to ending up like my brothers. I'm one of 8. I have 4 sisters and 3 brothers. I'm going to give you the rundown on my family members. I never knew my mom. My mom died when I was 3 years old due to drug abuse. I never met my dad. I only heard that he was a big drug dealer, the one that make people take their clothes off to come into his house. Never met him, but I see how my mom and my dad knew each other or whatever. My grandmother raised me and my 7 brothers and sisters when my mom passed away. My oldest brother was in a car accident when he was like 15 or 16, messed his brain up completely, so he lives in a mental hospital to remain stable. My brother after him, still in cars, going into jail, in and out of prison his entire life. He's late 40s right now. He's been in jail most of his life. Then there's me. I found circus at 11 years old, and it was because of the flips that I used to do. Me and my brothers and my uncles and many guys in the neighborhood used to always do flips in empty vacant lots on pissy mattresses and things like that. Take the padding off and just flip on springs. That's what we did. I found circus at 11, but it was that constant battle between circus or am I going to be like my brothers? Am I going to be like the guys in my neighborhood? And that battle, I mean, it was teetering my entire childhood. I'm here. I'm in the circus. I love what I'm doing, but nobody in my neighborhood know anything about the circus. So he's like, "Oh, you a clown. You a fruit. You all this or whatever." So I'm like, "Yeah, you ain't gonna talk to me that way. Let me go ahead and go back to my homeboy's crib." And I'm over here on the street. That peer pressure as a kid of finding that balance, and I couldn't find it. And so I was on and off. Lost my uncle in my bedroom. Lost my brothers. My homeboys, like my brothers. Got expelled from high school my junior year from a gang fight, thrown in jail for a couple of days. Bro, I ain't never did no major time. My brothers did major time, so I will never sit and tell people that I sat in there. I sat in there for like 48 hours. And I'm just like,
it's too long.
That was enough. Yeah, it was more than enough.
I can't do this.
Right.
I cannot do this. And so when I got out, I said, I'm gonna get my life together or whatever. I didn't. It took my homeboy getting killed that summer to really get my life together. And then I said, I'm gonna stick with the circus. Circus is gonna be the thing that takes me out the hood, takes me to a whole nother world. And that's what it did.
Literally.
And then my younger brother, he followed my footsteps, but he couldn't. He's hooked on drugs real bad. So
My question was, you have all these influences as a child. Who was that influence within the circus that made you that gave you that push, that made you keep like, this is where you should be? That saw something in you to say you need to be here?
A white woman.
Okay.
A white woman. Two, actually. One woman was my mentor. So my mentor is the one that actually introduced me to circus. Her name is Diane Miller. She's like my mom. And so I did this program, and then after the program, they gave us all mentors. And my mentor, she was told to spend an hour a week for 10 weeks. So a total of 10 hours for 10 weeks. And after that 10 weeks, we can decide if we want to continue our relationship or not. Again, I'm from the hood. I ain't never seen no white person in my neighborhood. If a white person come in, you just better run.
That's right.
You're not dealing with no white people in the neighborhood. And so she met me at school for the first time. What am I going to the office for? It was this older white woman. What is your name? What do you like to do? All of these different things. I'm just shy. I'm like, I don't know how to talk to this woman or whatever. And so she introduced me to circus because she knew I love to flip. And then she took me to my very first circus show. And when we went in there, I said, yo, can we leave? This is stupid. This is like, I feel uncomfortable. And she let me leave. Then she took me to another circus. And I started flipping and things like that. So she really was always persistent on not giving up on me, even when I gave up on myself. But she wasn't like a basketball coach or a football coach. Do this the right way, or if you want to get results or whatever. If I said I want to leave, she was like, all right, let's leave. But then she would take me back to the circus or to a show 3 weeks later, a month later, and reintroduce it to me. She wasn't forcing it to me, forcing it down my throat. So it was her, and then the circus coach, Jessica Hintoff. I mean, that woman, she battles with me. Like, she was the one where she saw so much potential in me, but every time I would go and I said, yeah, I can't do this. I need to go back to the hood. And I leave. And she was like, are you sure you want to leave? Don't leave. And she was the one saying, stay here, stay here. And I'm like, yo, I'm not having no white woman tell me what to do. I mean, it was just.
I said that before.
I said that this morning.
I did live by that when I divorced my ex-wife.
There you go. There you go. Sidney. Now,
No.
I wanted to ask. Damn, you just threw me off. It just broke up my train.
Shout out to my beautiful wife right now, Jasmine.
Salute. Oh wait, no. So there's video out there. I've seen you. I hear you talking about the mentors you've had in your life. I've seen you in videos on your Instagram, online, talking to, I guess people in the community. I'm assuming you're reaching out to kids. Talk about. I'm assuming you. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are you trying to pay that forward to the kids in the community and stuff like that?
That's always been my number one priority, even when I was in the circus. In the circus, I went to school in Montreal in Canada, but I would always go back and help Circus Harmony. Circus Harmony is the circus that I started at when I was very young. So I always go back, help the students there, teach them, train them, all of these different things. And so that was always the goal. And now when I became a wrestler, it was just a much bigger platform. So I said, all right, now I'm going to get the message to not only just the students and the kids in my neighborhood, but kids all around the world. And for the longest time, I was trying to plant the seeds in WWE's like, hey, I have this nonprofit that I want to start, RBB, Rise Beyond Borders, basically to give kids a much better life than what they see every day. Kids that grew up just like me that didn't have that outlet. I want to be that light, that beacon of light for so many kids. But I think they knew that they weren't going to get behind it because they knew they weren't going to resign me. So dead end. But now, like I said, the handcuffs are off in so many ways because now I'm able to wrestle how I want to wrestle. Now I'm able to do the work that's most important.
Facts.
Wrestling, circus, always second nature. It was just a vehicle to get to where I was actually going. And so now I'm pursuing motivational speaking. So I'm doing wrestling as well, also pursuing a long-term contract, but it's going to come with, you have to understand that I'm not going to walk away from my much bigger purpose as a motivational speaker, speaking to the youth, going to these different schools and things like that. I was actually at Eustis High School this morning with Mark Merrow. He's a motivational speaker, and he invited me, and just to see it, I mean, you see these sixth graders tearing and getting super emotional because of his story. I'm just like, man, this is what I was called on this earth to do, to speak in front of large groups of people and inspire. I'm actually flying to St. Louis tomorrow morning, and I'm speaking at my rival high school to the football team. So I thought about putting my Beaumont jersey on.
What?
I ain't trying to get jumped when
I was gonna say that. You got a match this weekend. Calm down, son. Calm down.
That's the pre-match. That's the pre-show.
He said he got to get ready.
So you mentioned circus quite a few times, right? And a lot of folks, we grew up in our minds, it's two things, right? It's Barnum and Bailey, you know what I'm saying? Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, and then Universal. You know what I mean? That's the two things we. You know what I mean? So when you say circus and you have your circus, what does that entail? Like, what are we going to see? Y'all, do you have a tiger?
Fam, that's a great question. I do not have a tiger. I got a bear. No, I ain't got a bear either.
It's lit.
Imagine me walking a bear in the hood on Natural Bridge of Kings Highway.
That's his name, King. The bear's name is going to be King. Come on, King. Come on,
the circus. That's a great question, and I actually have a comic book that I'm writing about my life. I'm the superhero, and my origin story is my story. A kid from St. Louis who joins the circus, gets his powers from the circus, and in that story, I have to tell, because the background from St. Louis, the gangs, the drugs, the violence, that's, you guys can all relate to that. I can talk to you about a little bit of that, but you guys will understand. What I need to people to understand is the circus. Because like you said, there's a spectrum, and people only know right now, I'll put Universal Circus and Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey on one side, but then you have Cirque du Soleil. Cirque du Soleil is the brand name, just like WWE. A lot of people won't know about the small indie promotions, but they're going to know about WWE. A lot of people don't know about the small circus companies, but they're going to know about Cirque du Soleil. I made it to the top of both of those fields, but I want to tell the story of what the circus actually is. I started in a youth circus. A youth circus is essentially an after-school program for all different types of kids from all around the city that are coming there just for an escape. So it was really an after-school hobby for me in the very beginning. I was fortunate enough to be in St. Louis, where the circus program is ran by a crazy woman named Jessica Hentoff, who just believes that her school is the best. If you stick with it, you can make a real profession out of it. And so I did. And so I have Circus Harmony, and then I have Circus Flora. I performed with Ringling Brothers, Soul Circus, all of those different things to help me. And then I went to Circus College, the feeder school for Cirque du Soleil in Montreal in Canada. So I did that for 3 years. And that process to get into that school is very similar to a WWE tryout, but a lot more difficult, way more difficult. They give you jerseys according to your last name, alphabetical order. So I was number 5 because my name was B.A. Bateman, B-A-T. And so I had this jersey number 5. And on the first day, it's a week long for the people that make it, but it was 150 people on the first day of this tryout. You get in, they give you a jersey with a number, and you're in all of these different groups. And you have to do dance, acrobatics, flexibility, weight training, all of these different things. And so acrobatics was the first thing they saw. So I'm like, oh, this is this is gonna be a breeze, big fella. So I go out. They say, do this trick. I did this trick. They said, do a free pass. I did whatever I did. It was like, yeah, we want them. We need him like right away. Like I'm always strategic in what I'm like. I know what I'm gonna do. I wasn't the best dancer, but I was real good at acrobatics. And so the good thing about, but the scary part about that school is 150 people the first day. At the very end of the day, 8 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night. We're all in the cafeteria. Some woman comes down with like a USB key. She plugs it into the TV, and all of these numbers pop up. If your number's there, you made it to the second day. If your number isn't there, you have, I guess, 5 days to enjoy the beautiful city of Montreal because you've been cut.
Damn.
So they do that every day. So they cut half the first day. So it went from like 150 to about 70, 60 students. And then the next day it went from 60 to like 40. And then after that second day, if you made it through the other days, you're fine. You've made it. But you have to wait 2 months to see if they are going to accept you or not. And by the end of it all, they accepted 32 students in my class. So it was 150 there. And then there was tryouts in Vancouver, in Calgary, in Paris, in all of these different places. So total, it could have been like 500 students applying for that year, and they only selected 32. And we were considered a big class. Damn. So 3 years there, graduated, Seven Fingers, another big French-Canadian company that I worked for. Then I did some NBA halftime shows, performing acrobatics. And I did another Flip Fabric, another Quebec circus company, and then Cirque du Soleil. It's a lot of circus out there.
Was gymnastics just never your focus?
Never did gymnastics. I was just a street tumbler.
You fooled the hell out of us.
Everyone said all the time, go back to gymnastics. This is not gymnastics. I'm like, my boy, I didn't even do gymnastics. So I can't go back to somewhere that I've never been.
Right. DDM?
No, it's just interesting, right? Because I'm always intrigued when I meet you guys outside of the program. Because here's my thing, right? And maybe you can answer this for me, maybe you can't. But in hearing your story, hearing the background, I'm always interested in how much input you guys have in your character when you go to these big promotions, because there's a lot of meat in your personality and in your actual story. And I'm trying to figure out how a black kid from St. Louis who goes to circus school ends up with the sommelier gimmick, saving Carmel. Like, how do y'all have input in that? Like, for those of us who don't know, how does this work?
Break it down.
So, I'm an open book, by the way.
Okay.
I would never incriminate myself, but I'm always going to be an open book. I don't even know how to answer that question because I don't even know. I thought I did. But when they gave me the sommelier gimmick, I did. I'm like, okay. I don't drink. I don't know anything about wine, but I got like a little bit of French background. I got some real nice tight suits. I can speak like Akeem coming to America. Like, I guess it works. So
it worked enough.
Yeah, I mean, people were messaging me like, "Hey, Reggie, can you recommend a nice wine to go with a white tiger?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't drink. I'm like Googling it. Like, yeah, you're going to take the Chateau Ballon, the 1982 red with I'm like, bro, I don't know, but Google it or whatever. He's like, "You're the best sommelier." I'm like, appreciate you. But okay, I got a little sidetracked.
You good.
The sommelier character, I think I had a lot more say in that where it was going because it evolved from like traits that are really about me, and then the 24/7 character as well. That was all me, and a lot of the ideas they wanted to do, obviously real moves or whatever. Let's get to NXT because this is where that question right there, I'm very confused myself. I have a meeting with the higher ups in NXT when I first got there about the repackaging or whatever. I always wanted to go under a mask, but it was a completely different story than what we saw. We was gonna do a mask, and I talked to Rey Mysterio. He was gonna be a part of it. And it was just gonna be, I was gonna be a babyface. I was gonna finally use my actual story. At the very beginning, they told me, "You have you're a stud athlete. We love your story. We want to bring you in."
Right.
Why the hell we didn't use the story at all?
Yeah.
Someone that is very important in NXT, he heard my story for the first time. He goes, "Huh, well, good luck making you people hate you." I said, "Well, motherfucker, you can make me a babyface." But they were so adamant about me being a dark poet. I'm not gonna snitch on this dude, but he was all like, "I have this character." He said, "What do you like to do?" I said, "Oh, I play basketball. I'm a writer. I do poetry." He's like, "Oh, I have this character. I've been thinking like a dark poet." I'm like, "That's interesting," or whatever. And me, I'm just like, "Look, I'm an artist. I'm just gonna make whatever works." That shit didn't work at all. So I'm gonna
sound
skip,
like the genius.
The genius.
I'm gonna skip all of that mask character, Jason Voorhees jumpsuit, Michael Myers, ripped bottom jeans, everything, whatever. I'm gonna go to the OTM scripts because that was all of me.
Right.
Until it wasn't.
Until
Until it wasn't.
it wasn't. Damn.
I had to force. I'm a writer. I'm very creative. I write my comic books. I have a TV show written. I have my autobiography, children's books, all of these different things. So I wrote a vignette, and then I handpicked 2 guys to be a part of OTM. And the 2 guys I picked, very similar to me, love those dudes, my brothers, Bronco and Lucian. I filmed it in a warehouse, and I used the Training Day music, or I used some music, and I did it to where I was Frank Lucas when he was recruiting his brother from American Gangster.
Okay.
Sitting at the table and whatever. When I sent it to Sean, he said, "I love it. This is what we're thinking, a mix between Hurt Business and Nation of Domination." I'm like, "My man, I like where you're going. I like your vision, because that's where I'm." And these are the perfect 2 guys. That's why I picked them. I'm doing your work for y'all now, but let's go. Let's go. And we got the rolling. Rolling. Everything is good. And then I sent another vignette. I am having my boys that film in Orlando I'm just meeting. I'm like, let's film some stuff. And I'm doing it all. And then I'm sending it to them. Like, we like that. And every time we got a vignette we got our first big vignette. And they wanted to make it seem like they wrote the vignette. These mofos just took all of the vignettes that I did and kind of put it in one. I'm like, I see what you did. You didn't want this to be for me, but you took everything that I said, you just word puzzled it real quick. But I can live with that. And then OTM started to go downhill when they wanted us to drink malt liquor on TV. I'm just like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of freedom to write my own promos and do things, and I nicked a bunch of things. We weren't gonna drink 40s out of a brown paper bag. We weren't gonna do
that part.
Yeah,
that
facts.
Part.
Damn.
So let me, because now you're giving me the tea. So Sid, right? So
This motherfucker.
Were Bronco and Lucian already a tag team, or you put them together?
No, they were a tag team.
They were a tag team.
They were
like sitting because I had never seen them before.
Right.
Yeah, they were pretty new. And I'm saying right now, I wish them boys all of the success in the world. Those 2 dudes, and that's why I picked them. I'm very particular who I put my career in in someone else's hands. Those are genuine dudes right there. Genuine dudes. A lot of people don't know, but them boys are good-hearted people. And I was like, I want to work with these boys. And they treated me like the big brother that I was. They called me for advice and all of these different things, and it felt real good. And that was our dynamic. And even when Jada came, the same thing. Big sister rode to her, and they're gonna be stars, 100%.
Facts. Yeah.
The company just didn't see me with them as stars, but that's cool. I'm happy with that because I'm actually able to do a lot more than what I've ever could have done in those with those restraints.
They didn't see it. They didn't see it then,
Right.
Yeah.
but as we see,
They seeing it now. I tell you that much. They seeing it now.
I'm telling you right now, I got this big old window right here. And it's the perfect size for them to back that Brinks truck up when they come calling.
Absolutely. So is it giving creative? Because from what you're describing, right, you're writing a comic book, you put these vignettes together for OTM, came up with that concept. It's giving creative for me. So do you see yourself working in creative, creating characters for other wrestlers, going into that sphere outside of in-ring?
No. So my wife and kids, no. No. I wouldn't do that. I'm more geared towards acting. I've been taking acting classes with my amazing acting coach, Jim Braswell, here in Orlando, who I put a lot of wrestlers on right now. They've been working with him, and you seeing their work is getting so much better. But acting has always been a goal of mine. Just like I never thought wrestling was possible. I never thought acting was possible. But now I'm living this life where everything that I want is very much so possible. And so get into acting just to get to a bigger platform so that I can help kids. I want kids to know that the life is their oyster. They can do anything that they want to do, but they just have to think outside the box. The route that you want to take, it may not be this. It may be this really unorthodox path, but you're going to finally get to where you want to get. And you just cannot limit yourself to being a basketball player, a football player, a rapper, or whatever. I found my way out through a circus. I couldn't go 2 streets over because of rival gangs. I was doing acrobatics in Budapest, in Russia, in Israel, in France, in Spain, Argentina, all of these places. I couldn't even pinpoint them on a map back in the day. And now my passport, I have to get 2 passports. They're completely full with work visas and all in other countries and things like that. So
talk to him.
I know that's right.
I know this weekend you don't need a passport for this ass whooping you about to get Mustafa Ali, right?
Yeah, look
I
at
do
that.
not, but I'm going to Chicago. They don't like St. Louis, and my gear is St. Louis out.
There you go. I like that.
Oh damn.
So we'll see.
Hold
like
on, he's from Chicago, right?
He is.
I like this. I like that talk. I like this.
I got a win streak right now, 6-0. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yo, wait.
Put his ass.
You facts. Wait, because you doing the damn thing. What I again the matches that I was watching on the YouTube, because you're doing the stuff that I've been seeing you doing in NXT. It's not like it was a big learning curve or anything. But this finisher though, my man, he hitting 2 back spring elbows and then on the 3rd back spring, kapaya! Like, talk about, was this something, you talked about restrictions earlier. Was this something you was trying to do in NXT with concept?
I didn't even think about this in NXT. I'm just like, I was so restricted, my creative part of my mind didn't even work. It was like, nah, don't do that. You can't do that. They don't want to see it over there.
Right.
Yeah. And so, but I did learn the hard way. I just want to do everything. And I did that my second match with Ninja Mac, and I blew all the way up.
Yeah.
I said, I can't do everything. I'm gonna just do something.
Nah, it looks dope. I'll tell you what, it looks dope. I was again watching stuff back earlier today, and a couple times when you hit it, that it is clean. It is real clean.
You gotta watch Rich Swann take it. I posted my full match with him on YouTube. That match was insane.
Well, facts. What I'm gonna do, because we could probably do this all night, but I said earlier, we got a packed show, so we
back after you whip Mustafa Ali ass.
Facts.
Let me know, bro. And again, I'm telling you right now, don't keep asking me questions. I'll be talking all the time. I talk too much.
We'll stick a pin in this, but we definitely gonna have to have you come back. what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop some links in the description later on, and when this goes up on its own, so people can check out some of the stuff you've been doing if they ain't seen it already. Before you get out of here though, Sidney Akeem, do you have any links? Anything you want to shout out to the people before we get out of here?
Just go follow me on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube.
There you go.
My Twitter is Sidney.Akeem and my Instagram is Sidney Akeem B.
There you go.
I think
New York.
No, you're right.
It's somewhere. Just type up Flippy Dude from St. Louis, Circus Sommelier, flipping 24 champion, whatever.
Certain day sommelier is crazy.
It's Sidney Akeem B. I saw the picture with the check. So I'm like, okay, that's what.
Yeah.
It's official. It's official. All right, Sidney Akeem, thank you for coming through. Really appreciate you. Good luck this weekend. Although I don't know if you're gonna need it. Go beat Ali ass. Go beat Ali ass. We'll talk to you soon.
For my people, right?
No doubt. You already know. All right, man. Take care. We'll talk soon. You have a good one. Oh, that was Brother Fam. So what? No, I'm sorry.
Shout out to Nelly and Aver.
Facts. I gotta
be magic, be motherfucking man.
Shout out Sidney Akeem again. The links is in the YouTube chat. That was a fun conversation. I lost a bet over the weekend, so I'll be right back. I don't know if. Matter of fact, hold up, because it shouts out to the Canigliere. Downtown been chilling.
Oh, that's right. Just chilling in the CUT. Chilling in the cup, baby.
I'll be right back.
Downtown, what's up, baby?
Oh man, too many things is going on, man. You know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of stuff going on, buddy. Hey, you know the same way I know. I'm out here making money. You out there making your money. You know what I'm saying?
Right, downtown. Hey, this weekend we had that meet and greet. How you think that went?
And why did y'all smell it? Why did y'all spell it MEAT and greet?
Don't you worry about that.
Hold on now.
Don't you worry about it, sweetheart.
That's because it was at Outback Steakhouse. That's why.
Fair enough.
Okay. Yeah. That's all that's about. Come on, man. Come on with that. Look, buddy. Let me tell you something, man.
Making money.
I thought we had, it was a hell of a time. A whole lot of fans came out. A whole lot of people came to see us. A lot of people came to talk to us and chop it up. You know what I mean? They asked me about my days as a champion. They asked you about your time as a champion, as the predictions champion on the Black Rasslin Podcast. Everybody seen him everywhere we went. They was like, yo, that's the dude that won on the prediction thing. Hey, look, man, boy, we were stars, Jack. We were stars out there.
We all stars, goddammit.
Yeah, right. I saw a clip of that online. The lady pulled her titties out, and you asked where you should sign it. She said one of these lines, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that for you. You know what I mean? Stop signing long titties, please.
Those are the best ones.
Fair enough.
That's right.
So you're Madagascar.
I'm real fat, but I ordered great cookie on Uber Eats, and I don't want my neighbors to steal it. Snickerdoodle and chocolate chip with walnuts.
Snickerdoodles.
I got the box.
You don't know my life.
Fantastic.
Well, we
got? Oh, still reserve.
Oh my God.
That's the corner. Drink of losers.
Still reserve.
Like Cal should be singing over a burning trash can right now.
I seen the light. Extra malted.
That's exactly what you sound like.
I seen the light. Slow brewed for exceptionally smooth Philly. I'll be the judge of that shit. Daniel Brian Danielson.
This one's for you.
This one's for you.
All right.
Tony Brown. This weekend, where we at? Where we doing a signing this weekend, babe?
This the last one, I promise.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to be down at Dunbar High School on Saturday afternoon.
Fighting Dark Poets.
Say again now?
Yeah, Dark Poets.
Oh, yes, exactly. Dark poetry. I hear you. I hear you, buddy. All right. Well, in addition to that,
Hold on, Tony Brown. Gather yourself.
I gotta get myself together. Look.
Never did like him, Tony Brown.
In addition to Dunbar High School, we gonna
Oh my God.
He ain't even said nothing.
At Mondawmin Mall.
We had
On
Popeyes.
Saturday, later on in the afternoon, around 4 p.m.
Popeye.
Understand? All our fans can come and see us. They can come and talk to us. They can stand, take a picture with Money Making Mav Damon. You know, they can take a picture with downtown. You know, they get to put the downtown shades on. You know, hey, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be good times like we always do. Hey, from city to city, from place to place, from space to space, Mav Damon and downtown is coming to a spot near you. All
So
right.
now the advertisement said it's a back to school drive, and y'all was out there giving out Charlie Rudo plastic bags for book bags. Is that true?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Charlie Rudo Sports. Yes, an illustrious school out in Baltimore. You know, we definitely have had a number of bags that we gave to the kids. They were very appreciative. They didn't know what Rudo Sports was, but I told them, you know what I mean, we educate them because that's what we like to do. We like to teach the kids. You know, we had bags from Rudo, and we also had bags from Robert C. Richards. You know, for y'all who remember that out in Baltimore City. Come to Robert C. Richards. We have it all at the upper level of Mondawmin Mall. Yeah, that was just a little thing that I wrote back in the day. But anyway, that's the starting point.
Kicking old verses.
It's really important, and if you guys remember, as an ode to the fellow who did the drive last year, if you whisper, "Here I am, make me look good," they will give you a second bag.
Oh man!
Wow.
They will give you a second bag that's made of canvas that will last more than the first week.
Oh wow! Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, I hear you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I am making me look good. I remember those commercials too. That's right. $5.
But I'm done with this shit. I'm done today.
You ain't done today, goddammit.
No, you ain't saying nothing yet.
I need all the help I can get this week. It's
all these events that we putting on, they sponsored by Gebco, by the way. If you need insurance for your car, accidents, tickets, it doesn't matter who you are.
Jesus Christ.
Go.
Gebco.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
We got very Baltimore very quickly.
I like this. I like
Shout out
this.
to all the Baltimoreans out there.
I was
For
drinking out
any
of
of y'all outside of the 410,
Salute.
we sorry.
Yeah, no apologies needed.
For anybody inside the 410, you
We
welcome.
sorry.
I've been canceled. Shout out to Cats Insurance.
That's insurance. That man look crazy. He looked like 3 different races. That guy look weird.
Jesus Christ.
Hello, Cats Insurance. I need insurance. I was in the original commercial for that. Y'all don't even know that. But anyway,
Cats Insurance.
All right.
Cats Insurance. That's right. KATZ. Look, Money Making Mav Damon. We got the Bash in Berlin coming up. You gonna give your predictions. We gonna keep this championship thing just rolling.
You goddamn right.
DVM apparently ain't sent you the belt yet.
Who?
She.
DVM, he ain't sent you the belt.
I think he lost it, Tony.
It's okay.
God damn it.
You was a champion with or without a belt.
You better not lose. That's some history in that belt.
They say DDM went outside and threw it in a pile of snow.
We threw that guy.
He probably did one of them stone cold moves. He took the belt.
You know what?
See?
Since you started managing, now see, I was going to be nice. I was going to be nice downtown, Tony
Brown.
But this is what happened when you get this kind of management money making math, Damon.
Oh shit.
I was going to show up at your house and drop this baby off.
Oh shit.
But y'all thought I was gone. But I'm back with the jump off. And come bash at Berlin. Mm-hmm. Oh, this baby right here ain't gonna be no coin toss, ain't gonna be no spinning the wheel. It's gonna be straight heel, and I'm okay.
I hear you, Susan.
I feel like DDM shouldn't get the pick. I feel like DDM got to walk that title to whoever's house it is who win the belt next.
Oh, I'm winning.
A pair of shoes is a half size too small.
It's straight heels.
And they cheap.
You a heel.
To Jersey.
Rainbow. They coming from Rainbow.
Yeah,
Rainbow.
you got to do a rainbow heel.
A nasty rainbow.
A nasty rainbow heel. You got to walk in a nasty rainbow heel.
All of Rainbow's heels are nasty.
In fact, that's a fact.
Can you tell them to shut up?
That's right. That's exactly what I was saying. Shut it. When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. The champion is talking now. It's time for the champion to talk. The real champion. The real world's champion.
Thank you, Tony Brown.
That's right. The $1 million champion.
$30 man.
See, this guy up here is posing with our title, Tony Brown. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm. And
he falls flag. Oh, that's how you carry it, like Cody.
Yeah, you got to.
No, he got the one size photo. He caught carrying that joint like
it's a nig pasta. It's a nig pasta.
Nig pasta.
Oh, all right.
Nig.
Hey, look, that's fine. That's fine. You want to pose with a belt? I understand what that's like. You know, it was times when I ain't have no damn car, and I used to pose next to a car. It wasn't my car, but I got the pose next to it. That's exactly what you're doing right now.
Is it
girl,
one?
What's your name?
Hey, girl. 1G or 2 in Nig Pasta? 1G. Antoine Colvin said 1G. Okay,
I don't know
thank you very much.
it's in Nig Pasta, but I know it's only one B in belt.
Oh,
okay,
shit.
And the real B.
You ain't got none of them.
That's right.
Well, god damn it. We keep talking about some predictions, but we got to have a show.
Wait a
We
minute.
bringing Tony Brown back for my prediction. God damn it.
That's right. That's right.
That's fine.
We're not bringing Tony Brown back for this bout. That's for sure.
He already got it, nigga.
He already got it. Wait, Tony Brown, you gonna stay backstage? You gonna chill front stage? You rocking with us for a bit? What we doing?
I'm gonna chill on the backstage. Let y'all shoot the shit. And then I'm gonna come back and give y'all them predictions and tell y'all what Mav Damon talking about for this weekend. And this time we is gonna get that belt. I promise you that. You just hold on.
See how my nails matched about?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
See how they just look so good?
Take your nails too, nigga.
Nigga, on that note, see, we gotta start this show. Where's my damn intro at?
Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to another action-packed part of All-Star Wrestling.
Damn, welcome back to the Black Rasslin Podcast. Guess if you've been rocking with us for the last 58, 59 minutes, not only did you learn a lot about Sidney Akeem, the wrestler formerly known as Reggie, but you know that God's at least still working on me. Shit, I'm still drinking Steel Reserve.
I'm over steel.
As always, It's your boy Cal. Hopefully I can win this week so I can win back my predictions title. My title.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these niggas just holding on to it. As you can see, the squad is on the line. DDM. Say what's good to the people.
It's DDM, aka the EST of BRP, aka the season Lucci of predictions, aka he who shall not be named, aka
Jesus.
this just looks good on me.
God damn it. Bro,
Goddamn loser.
AKA can't find FedEx. Absolutely.
Can't find FedEx is great.
That's the story now. Brother Fam.
Who is her? I don't know FedEx.
Sorry. Brother Fam.
Fam 790 your social media choice, aka the On Anders in the podcast, and aka Captain Brew Albano, Brew Diamond Phillips, Dicky the Dragon Steamboat, Pod Sham Pod, God's favorite podcast, the Potty Potty Piper. I'm in the podcast, chew bubblegum, and I'm fresh. Off a whole glass of yummy. To get down, the brown that come with the crown. It's always around. I'm gonna keep rapping till something goes down.
I love it. Brother Matthew.
Dapping that profiling with my belt. I don't like that shit. Damon.
I'm surprised you didn't run up on the house and get the shit.
I gave him an opportunity.
He said he said after he got his nails done.
Not unless you want to pull up on me in the shop. And I don't think that's what you want.
Yo, wouldn't that be an amazing, a segment? DDM and the nails. They get his nails done, talk spicy about someone. It doesn't matter. And I seen Toyota, man.
Man, fuck it. Where my belt? Go get your little belt in my bag. Go get your little belt. Get your little nasty belt.
Tony Brown in the background. Beat that nigga, man.
That shiny buff don't even go. It's not even shiny. It's giving you need a fill in with your shiny buff.
Because I ain't get them this week.
I can tell.
Damn. All right.
What else I ain't get is my goddamn title.
We'll figure. We'll talk about that later.
Bring Tony Brown back out this motherfucker.
I don't know. I don't know if you called him Sid Vicious. I don't know if you called him Psycho Sid. I don't know if you called him Sid Justice or just plain Sid. But the other day, word hit the net. I believe it was from his son first that Sid Udy, who I think I know him best as Sid Vicious. He passed away. He was 63. I guess he'd been. I hadn't realized that he'd been battling cancer for a bit. His son said it'd been like years.
Knowledge.
Yeah, I
don't think people knew that.
Yeah, that wasn't time of knowledge.
But it was interesting because I think it was Fan who first pointed it out when word first hit. And we were talking about it earlier this week that I guess Sid had been talking about the Hall of Fame and wanting to get that recognition and whatnot. It was funny to see those tweets while I'm looking at the timeline because I don't know how many times I saw this image from Survivor Series 96 just with that intro alone. People were hype on, and people were asking if he invented the fist bump. That his ring entrance was so legendary. But I'm not trying to book WWE into a corner, but from what my eyes saw, I think there'd be a lot of appreciation if Sid was able to hit the Hall of Fame. But I wanted to ask y'all, do y'all remember the first? Because Sid had a couple of runs in a short amount of time. Do y'all remember the first time y'all saw Sid?
Skyscrapers.
I'm not going to say I remember the first time. I do recall him because he was so tall. He is one of my retro husbands. I just want to go on record of saying that.
A retro husband?
A retro husband. Sid could have got it back in the day. But I think that, I think it's kind of crazy to me. It's kind of crazy to me, though, that he's not in the Hall of Fame. And it's just interesting. You know, because when I look at some of the people that are in the Hall of Fame, it almost surprised me. I'm like, really? Not in the Hall of Fame? It really shows you how, and you know, I will often cat for Vince McMahon because I do think that his place in wrestling is very influential. But it's kind of like something you can really see the vendetta or the spitefulness of things, because how is he not in the Hall of Fame? And I'm not going to mention other people who I think is how they get there first, because I don't want to slight those wrestlers, right? Because everybody works hard. I've never taken a bump in my life, not in the ring or in the bathroom. But I want to make sure that
you sure with them nails?
Absolutely not. But I think that it was really sad because I will say this though. I recall watching like documentaries and like seeing things with him as an adult now, and he just seemed like a really nice guy. Like he seemed, you know, cool. He seemed he loved his grandkids. Yeah. So it was really it just is really surprising, and it's got me really looking forward to I don't know if we're going to cover it tonight because it just came out, that Netflix documentary that's coming out on the 25th about Mother Vince.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on the way. But I really think that the Sid not in the Hall of Fame is because the majority of his best work was Sid Vicious in WCW, not under the regime of the folks who had control of Hall of Fame previously. Yeah. And I think like his best work is that, like the stuff that I remember him from. The two things I also remember, of course, are the body glove. That was a knee pad that he had on his arm. I don't care what y'all say. That was a goddamn knee pad that he had on that giant arm, and also in the War Games match.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean, when he took that nasty jump off the ropes.
Nasty.
Yeah. Well, because he's got a couple. There's the War Games. There's the one where Brian Pillman. Because I don't know, the ceiling was only so high, and he had slammed Brian Pillman up in the yummy.
Here, doing a little podcast thing.
Yeah.
Oh. Right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that you have y'all tell me anything about Morgan? About the game? You got any tickets early? You got a bargain spot early? What's the story there?
Well,
you're busy now, but just let me know when you find out something.
Yeah, let us know, man.
No, you're not on mute.
Yeah, you are not on mute.
No, it's too late. It's already too late.
All right,
both of Sid's runs were Hall of Fame worthy from WWE.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I think, I get what Fam is saying, and I agree, because they were probably thinking like that. They would think that they would. I mean, Psycho Sid was one of the biggest men ever in WWE. And he's a big man that looked good. Like, you know how, and no shade to anybody, but he was a tall, big man, but he didn't look like his back hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't like, he wasn't knock-kneed and stuff. He was literally a bohemian.
He looked like he should have been a pro wrestler. Like
you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just think that's wild. And I feel like, honestly, WWE don't have no choice but to put him in there.
I'm trying to, again, I edited a piece on his story, and I feel like, I don't know if he got, like, he had the match with Shawn Michaels, right? This is probably one of his biggest matches. This and the Hulk Hogan feud, when he first, like, his first WWF run as Sid Justice with the Hulk Hogan feud, and then this run, like, in like 96 or whatever. Those are probably some of his biggest in WWF. But he's never been looked at as like a good wrestler. And it's no disrespect. Like, he looked like a pro wrestler, and that powerbomb was a thing of beauty. When I was a kid, that was my favorite powerbomb for a while. But compared to other big men, compared to, like, he's probably the fourth best person in this photo right here when he was a Four Horseman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's then.
when was there an era where he was like one of the best like actual wrestlers, or is it more he got over because it's the spectacle?
Yeah. He was definitely one of those guys when he was Sid Justice, when he had the blue tights with the black armband and the vest. He was one of them dudes. When he threw Hulk Hogan over the ropes, he was one of them guys. When Hulk Hogan pulled him out the ring, niggas was pissed.
Yeah, but I think he because he's an anomaly when it comes to like he's supposed to be the heel, but I think that's the thing. Like people, DDM was saying earlier, people saw this walk into the ring and they're like, nah, that motherfucker look cool and he looked like he gonna beat somebody ass. Like I'm cheering for him no matter what. But I think that got him in the door. That got him in the main event. I don't think he was never necessarily the guy. He wasn't. It's not even like he wasn't grabbing. Like he knew what to do when he got in there, but it was only so much that you was getting from him in the match.
Punch, choke,
a boot,
knee lift.
But you know what? That can be effective.
It was.
That could be, a part of me wants to think, and this is going to sound shady as hell, but at this point, after that rant he did at that bar with Kamala after the cameras went off, fuck him. But a part of me feel like, is Sid Vicious one of those guys who didn't really get the just due because of Hulk Hogan? Is he one of those bodies?
I think that's part. I think when he was there in '92, he was positioned right with Hulk Hogan. It was like clearly like that's one of those giants that Hogan likes to take out. I think the chat's mentioning the WCW '93 situation where him and Arn got into that fight, and Arn got stabbed all the way up, like no hyperbole, like 20 times. In a scuffle with some scissors. I wonder if that's funny. I wonder if situations like that may have also soured him in the eyes of people who would make those Hall of Fame decisions as well.
Yeah. I kind of think he was. Look, I really think he was who he was. Player he had some somewhat nonsense. He was like Warrior without all the like jerk, right? Like, he had some nonsensical, I am the man who does, like, you know what I mean?
The ruler of the world.
Right.
Because you are 1,000,000,000% right, but at no point in time did I believe the Ultimate Warrior.
Shit out here. And that's facts. That's facts.
I believed Sid Vicious, Sid Justice.
Can I say I believed Ultimate Warrior?
Yes, he did. Ultimate Warrior. They said don't believe the hype. He said I'm believing my hype. I think because again, when you talk about when you first saw Sid Vicious, this was my introduction. I was as a matter of fact, this is probably, I think I tweeted, this is probably my introduction to Teddy Long doing anything in pro wrestling. Was him being the dude to be like, hey, you two big white motherfuckers, go out there, beat their ass. The thing is the ring was but only so big. And they was always fighting jobbers. So at a certain point, Danny Spivey gonna pick up the dude, throw him across the ring. Sid pick him back up, throw him out the ring, throw him back in the ring. And then when the other dude try to step in the ring, he get down to one and he be like, come on. Like he was a 6'9" demon. It was a problem. It was an action but this is what I saw.
I mean, when you look at him, like when I look at the Big Show, I see, or Andre the Giant, like those big guys, I see big monsters, and I say that with love. Mm-hmm. When I look at Sid Vicious, I see a big knight. I see Sir Sid Vicious, absolutely. But I see also too, from purely a dollar perspective, I see a face that's marketable. I see a look that's marketable. It's something like if handled correctly, it could be. I mean, it was a thing, but I just see if he lived in this era, I just see a lot of different avenues that could have been exploited with this person. He would have been in Game of Thrones as an extra. in some kind of Marvel situation, even if it was
Indeed,
like part of the
Classic.
the Nova Corps on Guardians of the Galaxy. It was a lot of possibility. If he existed in this time, there's a lot of marketing opportunities for Sid Vicious.
That was a Jerry curl, Sierra.
They said the original ramen head.
That was a nice Jerry curl.
I mean, hey, hold up.
Like him and Mr. Perfect, but his didn't like. You know,
He didn't
Perfect
get
used to
the
lose it.
afro.
Yeah, Perfect lost his at every match.
I don't think I ever saw Sid like.
Hold on, bring Tony Brown in. Let's see if that's you want you now. Brother Brown.
That's right. What's going on, brother?
Is that activator that Sid using?
Oh yeah, that's classic curl right there. I know that.
Not classic curl.
Yeah, that's classic curl. That's that's that that's some products they used to sell on the commercials on Soul Train and all that. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Lustre silk.
Right. Would he ever ask you for some like, hey, Tony Brown, I need to borrow. What's that stuff you sprayed in your hair?
When
You
we
know
was
that,
in World
don't
Class,
you ask him about his product?
Yeah, sometimes if I had some and he needed some, I pass it to him. Him Brickhouse Brown. We all used to we all used to hang out and share our hair products sometime. You know what I mean? That's one of those things you just do on the road.
Facts.
Me, Sid, Mr. Perfect, Coco Beware, Slick,
Coco.
the Dr. Style. All of us. We all know each other. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, hey, if Mr. Perfect needs some activator, Slick will pass it to him. You know what I'm saying? Or Slick will share his with Butch Reed, or whatever needed to happen. Ron Simmons.
Hey, what would y'all use? What would y'all use to cover up the smell of that activator? Because activators stink.
That's a good question.
I will say it definitely stank. But sometimes you use a shower cap. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays the brothers, they put the bonnet things on, but back then we just put it on a shower cap.
And let that thing cook. Let that thing cook in there.
Do you put a bonnet on these days, Brother Brown?
I wish he would.
No, I still got shower caps.
I appreciate that.
Salute.
We'll have a couple conversations. Downtown Tony Brown, do you believe Deion Sanders' alleged story that it looked wet but it was dry? Pause.
Oh, okay.
What?
Well,
I'm sorry.
Oh man.
I'm sorry.
No, I understand.
Deion was talking about his curl, and every time they asked him about it, he said the curl looked wet, but it was dry. And I think it's a lie. Like he
Brother Brown,
lying.
I'm sorry. Brother Brown, I'm sorry. We just gonna bypass this and get to Brooklyn.
Wait, before I wanted, because Brother Downtown mentioned he mentioned Coco Beware. A little PSA, pause for the cause. Currently available. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody who normally wants to cop. Where the merch at? I like your shirt. Right? BlackRasslin.BigCartel.com. Birdman. Look at these sizes. Look at his shirt.
Is the free Ricky Starks on that too, nigga? Is that why you holding it up? Cause
No, it's just free.
Nah. Right now.
I'm about to boot you from the chat, nigga.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Birdman. Get it right now. I feel like after the holiday.
I love the kettle.
I don't know.
Going after
Johnny go back to school. He ain't gonna be able to get this.
It's still available now. Matter of fact, I'll put the link in the chat. You see me? I'm like literally highlighting the link right now to put in the chat. If you ain't cop yet, please cop that now.
What happened to that boy? You gotta get that. What happened to that boy? Oh, good DKD. We was thinking the same thing at the same time. What happened to that boy?
What happened to that boy?
I'm a no if somebody went. Because again, no more steel. I got another can. Sean Tragedy, you should know I got another can. You want that? Before we get to that pay-per-view, because we got a pay-per-view to talk about. I don't know where DDM went. I did want to shout out. There you go. Speaking, he got his cookie deliveries here.
It's
Buckets of
cookie
beaties.
time. It's cookie time.
They
Y'all
meet-
never seen True Beverly Hills?
Yes, I was gonna. That's the only.
Never, ever.
That may be the only thing from that movie I actually know. I've never seen the end of that movie.
I've
That's
only
bad.
seen Shelley Long in God Dang Cheers.
Shout out to
That's
Shelley.
how I know you saw the movie, because you knew Shelley Long was in it.
No, I'm a TV kid, baby. I knew all the commercials. I remember. I remember the God Dang trailer. I
That was
never.
that was the commercials. Okay, all right.
You funny, Sean Tragedy. Wait, Chris Breed, you was asked about what shirt? This shirt, or the Yamin, the Birdman? Go get the Birdman, Big Cartel, BlackRasslin.BigCartel.com.
Hey man, shout out to Chris Brown, yo. You know what I mean? He sent my kid to look up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Bring the ice down. Shout out to Chris Brown, yo. He a real nigga.
All right.
Tony.
God dang, Tony Brown.
Brooklyn, nigga.
God dang. Woo.
Hopefully downtown is good. We was in Brooklyn this past Saturday for JobberSlam 4.
Mm-hmm.
What a show!
Absolutely.
What a show! I'd never been. I don't think I'd ever been to a JobberSlam show before. Dope crowd. It got. As a matter of fact, C. Vaughn was in the chat. Got to see Vaughn. Got to see Work.
Shout out to Work, my seat partner next to me watching.
Facts. Yeah, Work had a little white pouch on, and matter of fact, he was in all white. He was dressed for the white party. Had a white pouch on, big enough for a half pint of Hennessy, unopened. Yeah, poof. But that
white party in the Hamptons. Puff Daddy be my pal.
Who else was there? I saw Hearts. I don't know what's going on over there. I saw Hearts. I saw Brian H.
Happy
Waters.
birthday, Hearts.
Oh, it's Heart's birthday. Shout out to Hearts on their birthday. As a matter of fact, where the salutes to Hearts. Shouts out there. Saw her. Saw Stan. I finally got to see Stan wrestle in the flesh. I told him that I'd be using I'd be using that every now and again on the on the Patreon. Those wrestling girls was in the building. Shit, I feel like it was Storyline Tees was out. It was a good amount of people that was out. Phenomenal card. They mentioned early that because it was supposed to be the main event was supposed to be Wilkins versus Darius Carter in a steel cage. But they weren't able to get the cage in the building, so they did a street fight. And when I tell you, we was outside.
Yeah.
Yo, Vaughn, you was looking at Cat Suit. Look at you. Cat Suit. Yeah, I see
Cat
I boy. Cat Suit. Cat Suit, you single? Vaughn said, "Is you single?"
I don't know what's going on. Wilkins, the mama was there.
Oh, man,
shout out to their mama.
Yeah. It was to me a great show. And what I want to say is this.
What's up?
Because we are BRP, but the Puerto Rican delegation, baby.
It was very much black and brown, yes.
It was black and brown, downtown black and brown, okay?
Facts.
The Puerto Rican delegation gave what it needed to give, okay? Like,
Did you have a favorite match? DDM, what was your favorite match?
Oh, Charles Mason, my husband, my indie husband. I don't have an indie husband yet. I got my first one. That damn Charles Mason, okay? And I'm not just saying that, but the match from start, I love a fully realized character. I love a story in a match, and I love a nasty finish, okay? Charles Mason,
Whoa.
Moving on.
Whoa.
Charles Mason is amazing. Like
Nasty
the
finish
things
is
that
crazy.
he was doing, the story that he told, and you know what was so interesting? He came out in a full suit, and everybody was like, "What is this?"
It was a suit. It was a suit. It was a buttoned up shirt. He had on dress socks and Chelsea boots, and and they ring the bell, and that's just how he's about to wrestle. I never seen this man before. I don't be watching House of Glory like that. I didn't know that was how he got down. That was
like that, Chris Brown.
That was low key match of the night. I don't know what.
No shade. I mean, the street fight was the main event because of what came with it, and Darius Carter is amazing. But as far as a pure wrestling match, without the, you okay?
He's drinking Steel Reserve.
Yeah,
no, he's not okay.
It is a night, and
Just
I'm only
keep going.
I'm on can number
Okay,
one.
all right. No, but as far as a pure wrestling match, and number one thing I liked about this card is people got time. There was time.
Yeah.
The matches were allowed to breathe. And Charles Mason, I'm gonna say this: the things he did, if he did go to the E, some of that stuff would get sterilized a little bit, and that's
have to. Yeah.
Although in the Netflix era of Raw, you never know. But he has everything. He has it's together. It's together. And shout out to some of the other Puerto Rican delegation.
I'm about to pull up this card.
With the S in his name. Sting, not Sting.
Who?
Santi.
Oh yeah, Santi. He was in the Battle Royal.
Yeah. And shout out to the LGBTQ delegation, Brian Baum, who actually had a great showing.
It was a good moment in the match.
It was a great showing. And so and that's what I loved about this card. I can't put it over enough because it was black and brown, evenly represented. It was great match quality. The matches were allowed to breathe, and there was LGBTQ representation, but it wasn't like, "Ooh, here's the gay person."
Right.
It was very much of, "No, we all wrestling. We're gonna have a good time. We in New York. It's gonna give what it need to give." We stopped at the liquor store before, got our little drinky drinks.
Oh yeah, we was outside. Matter of fact,
my apologies on the first Crown Royal free JobberSlam.
Did anybody have? I feel like Hart said she was drinking Henny. Brother, again, work had Henny. I forget what the brother sitting next to me had, but and it was a really dope show. I want to say, because there was some surprises. The JTG showed up. I think he had another show in New York, and he was added to. I don't know if you're watching on YouTube, youtube.com/Black Rasslin. There's a Kevin Knight and Yaya match for the franchise title, and that actually became a 3-way match that night.
I'd like to see Yaya and Top Dollar go.
That could work. Top Dollar and Malcolm Muscle.
Malcolm was
he was doing his thing for a person that looked like somebody who was wrestling for a rookie as Top Dollar called him.
It was the second match.
He was selling.
He was selling. It was selling. I believe he was getting his ass beat.
That was a Severn beat down there.
That was good.
No, Severn beat down to an Eagles fan. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, I appreciate all of that. Shout out to Malcolm, cool guy. I run into him from time to time. But yeah, man, you ran into a Severn nigga. Bless your heart.
Yeah, he was good. Kevin Knight was really good, but Kevin Knight's always good.
Kevin
right?
Knight, that's one down. Kevin Knight was dope.
Yeah.
Thank Brian Danielson. Thank you very much. Kevin Knight. I was glad to see him live. Trevor Aon as well. I'm sorry. What you saying?
No, Trevor Aon was in the first match I saw at JobberSlam.
He's fucking dope.
Very first match I ever. I think that might be a trivia question. He might be the very first match. He was in the very first match at the very first JobberSlam.
Oh, okay. Shoot, somebody better hold that thing. He was
the
good.
Only critique I would give it is, I love lady wrestling, and it wasn't quite enough lady wrestling for me.
You want like another match or two?
Yeah, I would have liked to see. We had one full match with Savannah Evans and and then we had JC Storm in Triple Threat. I believe wasn't it a Triple Threat?
She was. It was a 4-way. That was the Trevor Aon match. Yeah.
So this is the thing I always do love about a JobberSlam. And shout out to my man Cody Trey. But they are the folks that are always brave enough to do the intergender matches. I always love those. They're always fun. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they do them right. You know what I mean? We root for who we supposed to root for. You know what I mean? They treat the underdog like they're underdog, and it's fun stuff, man. So shout out to them for that. I am still sick that I did not make it. I missed my first JobberSlam.
It was a good show. It was a good one. From what
one? And I will go again.
Well, I was gonna say from what Janelle was saying. Next year. Janelle was saying JobberSlam 5. They playing to something. So if you again, I've only said a little bit. I'm really like, tweet me, hit me, tell me, because I got footage on my phone that I kind of want to like do like a random, like here's some random moments. I got like 2 of them I got to do. I just got to sit down and do it in between the other shit I got to do. But there was some really amazing wrestling. It was great to see community out. Again, especially like black and brown pro wrestling community is really dope to see. And hell, Kevin Knight, I'm gonna have to highlight Kevin Knight because that motherfucker good.
Yeah, he's very good. Yes.
What is next?
Hey, let me ask. No. Hold on before we move on.
No, go ahead,
I know we still got picks.
We got a lot to talk. We got a lot to do and some other stuff to recap.
Let me ask. Aside from pro wrestling, how was the hang? What was you know what I mean? Salt and pepper was in effect.
Matt. All right, so
and then live in color.
So
how did you deal with salt and pepper, my nigga? You was in trouble.
Well, because it's funny because but this one was to call people out because he's like, hey, because you know we're sitting there. Mimi was like, yo, I want to get some pizza. Like, here's my pizza spot. They got the Italian ices. So we went to it was like a little spot in Brooklyn. We went and we was chilling for a minute. And DDM, he wasn't reading us, but he was definitely like, talking about being on the pod and kind of being like, hey, there's not too many places where 3 I don't want to say what strong black men and can have like DDM around and DDM's just around, like it was a cool hang. And then we got to Brooklyn and I was like, I need some beer. I told Janelle, I said, hey Janelle, I can bring some beer. She said BYOB, just don't be crazy. Don't have no stuff around the house. Don't dirty up my floors. So I got you, no problem.
Oh man, we was in that building. We had that was the year of the JYD, and we had I had the half a G in there.
Yeah, well, not yeah. Krista B was talking about. Cause I guess that we had the conversation on the pod many moons ago, but that must have been the building where y'all first met, and they was arguing back and forth that one year.
Yeah, cousin. Krista B had their first match.
That was a minute ago. We had that conversation on it. No, so we was like
years ago, nigga.
Facts. They was like liquor store down there. Let's go down a couple blocks. Liquor store down there. Went to the liquor store, and I mean it's Brooklyn, but it's kind of gentrified. So like they got a lot of stuff in there, but it's a space. Like you basically walking into a room, and then everything else is plexiglass, and then just bottles. DDM. I don't know if YouTube's gonna let you get away with the bottle that you purchased, but there was a bottle that we saw at that point. And we had Salt and Pepper was like, hey, after the show, we got to go get the bottle. I said, hey, what? I just wanted to see Darius Carter beat up Wilkins. So whatever happens before or after that, as long as I get to see the wrestling I want to see, and I got to see the wrestling I wanted to see. But sure enough, that show was over. This nigga said, "Show me the bottle." Sure enough, that show was over. Mind you, no, actually, we went. I walked into that spot and there wasn't no beer, it wasn't no Heinekens, wasn't no nothing. They were like, "Oh, go over there." So we had to go over there to the spot that had the crack, had the $5 crack pipes and the kratom pills in the window.
And then they had the Black Hammer.
Then no, that was the other. That was across the street. Black Hammer was across the street. That was the liquor store. We went to the smoke shack, and the smoke. He really popped on the screen for that. We went to the smoke shack, and the smoke shack happened to have a wall of coolers with beer in them. That was, but you can't buy cigarettes anywhere. You can't buy beer in a liquor store. When we was checking out of that spot, it was a smoke spot. You could buy crack pipes. You could buy all types of stuff to smoke hookah, all that. You can't go in there and say, I need a pack of Newports.
Yeah, it was wild. And it was so funny because the crack pipes is only $4 or $5 a piece. And
it was just sitting there.
Why'd you price it?
Well, no, I'm from Baltimore. I know drugs.
It had the thing on it. It had the
Baltimore ain't really a crack city no more. You know, Baltimore ain't really a crack city.
No, they do a lot of Tina up in New York. New York is becoming a meth girl. She's a Tina girl.
They call it Tina.
Yeah, Tina Turner.
Tina Turner.
Yeah, they don't do that Shirley down up there.
Yo, half a pill of Shirley.
Yeah, so that was the main excursion outside.
My souvenir from the liquor store.
What you get from the liquor store?
I'm not gonna show I got a liquor store because I don't want Kyle to get us banned from YouTube.
No.
Let's tempt fate. Go get it. No, go get it. Let's tempt fate. No, don't do it then. Don't do it. Fam said no. Fam said don't do it. Fam's a voice of reason, honestly.
My don't do it has nothing to do with YouTube. This nigga drinking a baby juice box.
I didn't slurping that shit too.
See what happened when school go back in? We got the juice boxes now. There's an old lady at the house like, I keep this only 5 days a week. How was 17 going that day?
Wait, work.
Because I'm thirsty.
Work. What do you? Because all right, I'm from Trenton, New Jersey. In Trenton, New Jersey, they used to sell like the little glass stems that would have the rose in it with the crack. Yeah. What would you sell in a crack pipe? How long is the stem on that rose?
It's a stemmy.
And they just put a little water in there. You just put the water in the bulb. That's what they're saying.
I mean, no, they be going crazy. Off
that Tina.
All jokes aside, though, real talk, it's a real epidemic right now with crystal meth use, and it's scary. It's taking a lot of people.
Niggas use crystal meth?
Yes, it has it was originally mostly the white girls did it, but it's one of those things where it's a lot of it's really prevalent in communities of color because it's very cheap. And it produces a euphoric sensation that causes a lot of people to escape. It keeps people up for hours. It's really
clean their whole house.
It's
right.
Really
so they found Heisenberg. Are they offered a blue?
I've not heard of the blue. The blue.
You gotta go to Albuquerque.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's really scary. And as a LGBTQIA person, member of the community, it is really ravaging. It's ravaging the community, especially.
I didn't realize that.
Our black.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Can I say something?
No.
Okay. Here we go.
I don't like when I be saying a gay nigga that don't got himself together. And what I mean is, like, why your clothes is whack, nigga? Get yourself together, man. God damn.
Are you talking about like as far as not giving looks and fashion stuff like that?
Right, like nigga, why is you dusty?
I mean, if you're going by stereotypes, I see that point, but it's like it's just like straight men who get manicures, waxes, things like that.
Metrosexuals, they used to call them.
Them niggas the same way, cuz.
That's what they used to call them. Yeah. Shiny buffs.
Shiny buff.
Yeah.
So I think it goes both ways, but I think because the stereotype of gay men has always been super polished, we've been depicted a certain kind of way. So it's just like if I go to St. Mary's County, for those of you who aren't from Maryland,
the 410.
Right, St. Mary's County is a very rural. We drive F-150s. We do that kind of stuff. I hit a nigga in St. Mary's County, big cornbread fed Mountain Dew, and he don't do shiny buffs. He ain't got none of that. He works on the fucking farm, and it's a monolith, right? I do think when it comes to entertainment space, i.e. wrestling, that I was a little taken aback that the girls
the wrestling gays be
I was taken aback.
You know what? I'm sorry. But yep.
I was a little taken aback.
There's definitely, I mean, I think in the pro wrestling community in general, though, I mean, that's probably a conversation that needs to be had. Now, I can't be the one to have it. I mean, like, you got to ask Walsh it, but, at a certain point, somebody has to tell somebody something, right?
I mean, I think that's basically it comes down to community, right? Like, so
yes.
For me, I'm from Northwest Baltimore. So whether I was gay, straight, alien or whatever, to those of you outside of Baltimore, West Baltimore, specifically Northwest Baltimore, is like the Harlem of Baltimore City. This is where your dressers come from. This is where your fly guys come from. We love a label. That's what it gives, right? So I don't know any other way but to be, bitch, it needs to give. But you have some people who, that's not what it gives. And I think we got to allow space for all of them. Now, me, I'm going to read down and be like, girl, this is not together. But it depends on a thing. But, gay people are in a monolith, right? So,
all right. Right. And I'm going to be honest. I'm also offended by dusty niggas too. So that being the case.
Right. And somebody pointed out Pat Patterson, not to cut you off, man. Somebody pointed out Pat Patterson. I want to point out, and I say this because I love to say it to niggas, the Royal Rumble was created by a gay man. The first Intercontinental Champion was a gay man. So, and I say that because oftentimes in wrestling, especially because we're experiencing this queer renaissance in the wrestling space, we tend to try to rewrite our history or ignore the history that exists. And when you look at wrestling, like shout out to Effie, wrestling is gay. Okay, like when you look at that shit, like you got niggas like let's think about it, right? You got niggas in drawers sweating on each other, doing body slams. like let's think about that, right?
Where's the gay?
Homoerotic ass shit.
Where's the gay? It's crazy.
Matt said that was just my family. That's just how that was Saturday afternoon with the family.
I'm just saying, like it's one of those things. But I think we've come a long way. And I want to put over my you guys, because like I was talking to Cal and Mimi when we were in Brooklyn, the fact that I exist on this show is paramount, right? Because you guys are a certain kind of guy. I look at y'all as like the guys who I would see in a barbershop when I would go get my hair cut back in the day when I was a kid, right? So to have somebody like me in the barbershop and be an equal and be able, sometimes we go back and forth, but I think it's important that this space exists. And it's a lot of places in this community, and I'm speaking specifically to the wrestling space, where this don't exist. And I'm sorry, I ain't seen a nigga yet in the wrestling community that can beat my ass. So
talk to him.
It is very
lit.
Talk to him.
It and I say that because sometimes, and I'm gonna give true tea. I know we veering off. We're gonna get to Bash in Berlin, where my husband will retain in a minute.
Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about. Nigga, stop. Nigga, stop.
Oh, but I will say this: for some of the energies that are put off, and what's so interesting, when I go to these live events, when I go to these indie events, I'm greeted with a lot of love. I'm greeted with a lot of love. I think also too, I go to these events because I'm a production girl. I live for the E and all of that. I love the spectacle, but I go to the indie events, and I go to the indie events as is. The same person y'all see on the screen is the same person that show up at the event.
True.
In Chanel and Louis Vuitton sneakers.
True.
But I do that because I think it's important for people to see me in this space. And like even with Brian, when I saw him at the show, he was excited to see me because they're often in those spaces alone. So it's not, if you seeing somebody in those spaces, and they're getting that support. Because when Brian came out, I lost it. I was like, oh my God, because I'm not going to feel bad about supporting people. Because at the end of the day, it's wrestling. Y'all are all watching make believe niggas fight, fake fight with theater. It's very gay. It's very Broadway. So you have no reason to be acting like that. And not for nothing, but a lot of these people, when I see them in person, it's not giving what it give online. Damn. And it's really not. It's giving, girl, you would never be able to survive in my hood. Girl, you're really not even that fat. And girl, you smell like fried fish. But
is that the biggest takeaway from like
fried
BRP?
Fish.
Like,
what you mean?
It ain't no difference between us here and us outside.
No, yeah, I think I've heard that a lot. You know, that like, you know, oh, you just like you is on the pod, just like you would. Like, I think that's kind of. We've been talking for a minute before we started podding. We've been tweeting, just, you know, talking shit online, whatever. The first time, 7 years ago, some years and some change, when we recorded the first episode of this iteration of the pod, the conversation was what it had always been. You know what I mean? Like, it was never no put on. It was never no nothing. Like I don't want to get too crazy again. We got a lot. We are the wrestling friends that I think we needed when we were kids, and it wasn't like no. It was this then, and it's turned into something now.
I think cuz being around is why I ain't weird. Right?
You could have went left, you saying?
Because people, a lot of folks, if they don't have that wrestling nigga to talk to or whatever, they turn inward, right? And then they be stinky at the show. Like, I think because, like, we was like, yo, you seen wrestling? Yeah, I liked it too. Bet, let's take a shower and listen to rap music. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Let's take a shower and watch a show.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, listen, all right, nigga, don't come out here around you stinging. Like, you know.
It was still let's go out and have a good time. Let's drink.
Her homegirl, she was the one. I couldn't find a picture, but
national anthem. Hey, boo.
She sang the Black national anthem. Shouts out to her. Right before the show, she was like, DDM, I be seeing you on. She said, shout out Black Rasslin. DDM, I rock with you. Like, again, you go to the show with DDM. DDM's a star.
DDM a star.
DDM's a star. We kind of just like, hey, what up? But no, she killed that the Black national anthem. She killed that shit.
You never know what could have happened, Chris Brown.
Facts.
I wanted to ask Dab if he knew what the tagline was before he got on the show. What it used to be.
That's a good question.
And that's what we are.
The show used to be wrestling from a nigga perspective. That was a tagline for Black Rasslin for a while. It's what it is now, but that's kind of always that was the approach.
Like, we
now, how do you say
niggas? We niggas that watch wrestling.
Facts.
Facts.
Hey, so I'm sorry, y'all. How do y'all say that? Agiocoma? How you say that?
Agiocoma, I believe is.
Aggie, just hop in the chat.
Let us know if we pronounce your name wrong. That's the thing. I don't want to mispronounce. I believe it's because everybody was already following each other on the IG, which was the crazy part. Mm-hmm. She got it in there.
The 90-inch heels.
Agiocoma. I hope I said that right.
Okay.
She was dope though. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to follow that YouTube as well because she did the damn thing before the show. It was dope to see. It was really dope to see.
My birthday.
All right.
From a nigga perspective,
for big facts.
That used to be.
Yeah, we shout out. All right, I guess we should probably. Right. I don't know how much AEW All In 2024 conversation it is. I mean, again, shout out Bryan Danielson. He did that shit. If you're on the patreon.com/Black Rasslin, pay the $1, pay the $10. The video went up today. We watched the main event for All In. We saw Danielson win the title and then watched the scrum. I didn't know what the conversation was going to be today in terms of fallout for that. It could have been a lot of things. I don't think I had Jack Perry being the guy to answer the call for Danielson's world title, because that's the match in 9 days, 8 days at All Out.
They need a nothing match. They can do two things with this match. First of all, he's gonna lose, right? The Jungle Jack is losing.
He should lose.
But you know what he should also do? Dastardly beat this nigga Daniel Bryan up where it looked like he malfunctioning.
It's gotta be a good match.
His heel heat is supposed to be very, very high. Right?
Yeah. They've been building him.
Listen, they love him because he is the offspring of their relationship with CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And his whole CM Punk interaction made who he is past Jungle Jack, and that is the thing I always screamed is like, yo, he has to stop being Jungle Boy. He has to stop being Jungle Boy. And they finally, it took CM Punk to make him a whore to do it. However, he got out. He is not Jack Perry anymore. He's not. Nobody associates that Jungle.
No Jungle
stuff,
Boy, yeah.
Right? He's the bad guy, Jack Perry, and it's the best thing to come from the loss of CM Punk.
No, I was gonna say no. Shout out King HP. Shout out to the squad over there. I months ago I said, hey, ain't no way Deus is beating Swerve for that title, and we shook on it, and I lost because Danielson won. Danielson he's going out as a champion. He's done as a champion, but I gotta honor my bets. This is it though. This is the last Steel Reserve bet I'm making.
I don't understand. I understand you got to get an opponent out the way in 2 weeks.
Yes.
I don't understand why you got to get your TBS champion or TNT champion out the way.
It was a weird decision.
I don't know about that part. Because you could have threw. I see you, Yodon. You could have threw Nigel McGuinness in there because of the story. You know what I'm saying? Get it out the way.
But the problem with that is then what for Nigel? Right?
He's an announcer.
Right. There's no purpose. Right. What I'm saying is by putting Jungle Boy in that spot, right?
It'll build him.
Yeah, as a more dastardly heel. He's going to lose, and he's going to beat Daniel Bryan up to where his legs or something shake, and we worried again.
His ceiling. You can't go no higher when you got MJF and Christian there.
Yeah, well, I don't think you're wrong,
you just
Matt.
Can't pass them, but you can go higher. You just can't pass them.
Well, Matt, you got to remember, Jack Perry's one of them pillars, right? They got 4 pillars. He happens to be one of them pillars.
I don't believe that actually.
You remember Britt?
You remember what? Say it.
Britt Baker is also a pillar, and
we found out. We've seen.
What I'm saying though is
y'all niggas said I was crazy when I told y'all niggas that Swole made Britt. But
and fans been saying that for years, and that match was what that match was going to be. I don't know if you expected that match to be a banger, I'm
not gonna lie. I think I wanted it to be.
If you thought that match was going to be good, then I know what you be doing on the weekend.
I love cocaine.
I know it. That's what it is.
I wanted it to be great because I love Britt as a character.
Right.
Right. But
she got to wrestle.
But as far as the wrestling is concerned, there are some huge deficits there. Mm-hmm. And I'm willing to admit that. It doesn't take away from the fact that even if she was, I mean, it could have been different if she was good in ring, but it definitely is like, I don't know how much Britt wants to be a great wrestler.
Still,
I don't know if it's wants or can be, right? And aptitude is really, you got to talk about the ceiling. Like she look, they like how she look, and she is, you know what I mean? Listen, skill isn't sexually transmitted. Cool, right? We have to. I feel like we just gotta She ain't it.
A lot of people assumed she was gonna be it. Yeah.
They wanted her to be it
No,
so
they wanted
much.
her to
She
be
was
it.
never it.
Right.
Never. Despite her, despite her misfortune, it's kind of being trash. The night was amazing. Like the show was great.
Overall, I think that was a strong pay-per-view.
But that's what they usually do.
It's. I was listening to some people talk about New Japan, and I don't hear a lot of the conversations about like New Japan on that. They don't really care about the story as long as at the show the match is going to be a banger. That's kind of how they're built. And the more I see how AEW builds some of their stuff, that's kind of how it goes. At a certain point, and I think it's true for WWE as well. As long as you get those moments that they need for that 3 or 4 minute vignette before the match on the pay-per-view, that's all they're caring about. They want to make sure that those story beats are there. It may not be perfect. It may not even be well executed, but it's whatever their story beats whatever they think is enough to get that story across for a pay-per-view match. They're going to try and at least hit. They're going to want to hit that, and sometimes it's only that.
So I
to
think
the detriment of a lot of other shit.
I feel like WWE is the polar opposite. I think WWE kills more than anyone else. No one's 100%. But
that's
WWE
their goal.
does a really good job at the inside part of the line. Like not point A, not point B, but the line in between, they do the best job at killing that, right? Sometimes the landing ain't quite stuck, or sometimes the way it starts off ain't the greatest thing we've seen, but the story that they tell inside the lines is usually their best attribute over up north or whatever.
It's matter of fact, shout out. Where my applause at again? Salute. For real. You steal it. But, as long as you credit the squad. I don't think you're wrong, fam. I do think that, and it's probably true for both, WWE does focus a lot on the bigger picture stuff, because I think the conversation, when you start talking about non-title women's matches or like tag team wrestling in WWE, I think there's definitely some holes there. But the Bloodline ain't. We'll be talking about Bash in Berlin. Bloodline ain't got a match on Bash in Berlin, and that story is fire. They'll probably do something with SmackDown, and that story is going to be fire. AEW, it's not hit or miss, but I do think you're guaranteed a dope pay-per-view match, and sometimes that's all they're really working. I think that sometimes that's all they're really working towards.
I will say this: WWE make sure that I have to tune in every week at least to one of them shows,
Raw or SmackDown.
Right. I mean, even though I'm watching everything, I'm Team NXT. AEW, I watched them in months, and I watched that pay-per-view, and I was able to catch up very easily. And
it's a good point.
But the thing is, AEW, who gonna keep paying $50? And I know everybody's like, oh, we don't pay for pay-per-views, but I'm just saying, like, who gonna keep paying $50?
I think they're running. I think they running on the I can't even remember the name of that label that was signing a bunch of old niggas like in the early 2000s.
E1.
Yes, like E1 and what was he putting out them Koch.
Koch
is what I'm talking about.
Koch was before E1, right?
Koch was. They were putting out these old nigga artists, right? And
shout out Meals.
Shout out Meals. They weren't selling 1 million records, but they were selling 100,000 records
and giving better deals to artists.
And they were, and I think that's what they plan is I'm gonna sell mine to the hardcores.
And I think that's cool. I think I'm not mad at it at all. Like, I've learned to accept it, and this is from someone who was really into them for about 2 years, right? But I think what with AEW, and I'm going to be very fair when I say this. Sometimes when you and this is what happens with Marvel films, right? Sometimes you can create a story and a vision in your head when you see where it could go, and then when it doesn't become that, you get upset, and then you say that it's not great, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what happened. Me personally, I'm going to be honest
with AEW.
AEW, when I was watching them, when I was really locked in, I was like, oh yeah, they could really, if they keep this up and do the right things, they could really be like this thing. They could be the Burger King to WWE's McDonald's, right? And then when it started not becoming that, I got frustrated and then I checked out. Now, honestly, lack of storyline, the way that they do their storylines is an issue for me because I'm a person who I need a real reason why these people are fighting. I need investment when it comes to the story, right?
You need that week to week.
I need the investment. I need to know why they fighting. You know what I'm saying? Why are we meeting outside of school? But I think that
Jacob Fatu in my liver. I'm sorry.
I just think that that's the thing with them. Now I will say this. Another thing that pissed me off about last year's All In is the spectacle for that size stadium wasn't there. But you bring up a great point about New Japan. I will say they did step it up with their entrances this year because Mercedes' entrance was WWE worthy.
Mm.
It was at that level as far as just presentation. But I think that has more to do with who she is versus what they go for.
Math. What you was gonna say earlier?
I don't remember.
Shout out. Well,
I'm gonna be honest, really quick, just to that point. Like DD, I feel like you say that WWE is the standard when it comes to entrances, but I don't know if there's anything better consistently than like the Omega Okada era New Japan entrances when they had time splitters over there. Those entrances were the real Showtime, Cinema, Broadway. Like I feel like them niggas, I feel like WWE stepped their game up from what they were seeing them niggas come out and do
because of that.
You talking Wrestle Kingdom though?
Yes, but like those,
how consistent was it?
Every time I tuned in, it was that.
That shit. That was every January.
That was once a year,
right?
AEW need
doing that every month.
Well, you can't. Everybody can't pay for that, but those are the best entrances. Yeah. Like they were the kings. Like niggas is like, oh nah, that's like how you come out. Like overseas, like you remember even like those, like when like they do those weird like Eastern European fights, like when the Klitschko's was fighting in the middle of the day, and they would come out to the ring, and it was the spectacle that you expect from every Vegas fight, but you don't get. But them niggas don't get it all the time, so they put it on for real.
Word.
I'm the king around here.
Your affiliation with WWE going to numbers for them, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I mean,
interesting time.
I just, for me, and I'm going to be very fair, and I'm going to be very honest because I don't believe in lying to people. To me, WWE is Americana. It is to me the standard.
It's July 4th.
It is. And
speaking of which,
it's baseball.
The one point I did want to make last week, that we did get to see in this, is I can't remember such an American flag-based gimmick being used as the evil one.
I tweeted it. He should have had James Brown, Living in America, be the entrance music. They was paying for everything else. He
should have went darker, Cal. They should have licensed Real American.
They should have done it. They needed some type of real. When it was his music, I was like, oh, that's a missed opportunity. You should have done something super American.
Imagine how loud the boos would have been if down.
Facts. I would have booed. I would have been booing. Boo, nigga, boo. Shit. No, they should. It was fun because that was the match where the streamers came down, and then the streamers just was there for the rest of the show. That shit was cool. I don't know. I like that type of stuff. And MJF's now not American no more, right? He said he's full, and he said, "Fuck America, I'm renouncing this shit. If it's not Plainview, I don't want it," which is kind of smart. Smart. I did also like that they got 5 matches booked for All Out next week already. Matter of fact, let me pull up this card because we got to do some other
quick.
shit.
They got it. They have to have them.
It's quick, but at the I think the key is when you look at the matches, like it's not like these are some shit they just threw together. Like these storylines that are happening. You know what I mean? Like MJF. Daniel Garcia, that's a thing. Swerve and Adam Page, that's a thing. Willow and Chris Statlander has been a thing for a minute. The Ospreay kind of came out of nowhere. Jack Perry and Danielson came out of nowhere, but I mean, it's not like it's outside of all the conversations going on.
I want to know where this goddamn Moxley stuff is going.
I like Shafir with him. I think she looked good.
Apparently, he's been big on her for a minute, from what I've been understanding.
I like
so
the way it looks. I think let's talk about Jamie Hayter. Looks phenomenal. I was like, bitch, when she came out there, bitch. I was like, bitch.
Like Becky and Oscar had a baby.
It's right, but I lived for it.
That's what Mimi said.
And Jamie Hayter, I know I'm always the body person, but Jamie Hayter looked fucking amazing.
She's looked good for a while.
She looked, I mean, yeah, but it's just like it's given. You know what it reminded me of? The chick from Thundercats for some reason.
Chitara?
Yeah.
Chitara?
Like for some reason, her body build, the look, everything about it.
I like that.
It was given Chitara, and I was a Jamie Hayter fan before her return. I just like her. I like the way she feels. I like the way she moves. I just like them, right? But she looks. I mean, yeah, they're gonna say, "Oh, because Becky got red," but that shit, she mean business. It's giving put another belt on her.
Well, yeah, she's been gone for a minute, so it may happen.
Yeah,
Yo, a lot of people complained about that being on the pre-show, right? And I didn't have a problem with that being on the pre-show because I feel like on pay-per-views, segments like that always feel like they're supposed to be on TV.
Yes.
Like, if it happened during a WWE pay-per-view, I was like, nigga, that's a Raw segment. That's a SmackDown segment.
That's what yeah.
That's what returns are, right? Pay-per-views are for announced matches and things you can advertise, right? And I feel like, so you keep that. I'm okay with, even as, you know, as many folks love Jamie Hayter and responded, I still feel like a return because it's unadvertised is a TV segment.
Yeah.
All facts.
Yeah. I think that shout out to Chris. Yes, Chris, I got an extra belt for Jamie. But shout out to Laura. Laura, shout out to you because you're always in the chat and I live for you. But Laura, Laura, I'm 100% with you because while I respect what Paige did, what she's done for the women's evolution, it's given washed. And it's like, sis, they let you come back. You were great in the Divas, and you looked elite in the Divas era, coming into the women's revolution. But in this iteration of wrestling, it's given play. It's given girl. Like
we'll
that little press conference moment she had.
Yeah.
Like girl.
I don't know what's going to turn into is the only thing. Like, and I think that's kind of where I'm at with the Moxley stuff too. It's like Moxley's not been around since he lost the IWGP title. He returns after All In. Is like, hey, Tony Schiavone, this ain't your show no more.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it looks cool, but what exactly is going on?
But so I
don't
think
know.
it's something we ain't seen. I think it's something. It feels like because of how much they've put, how much weight they've always given Moxley. I feel like it's going to be a big deal. Is this what the fruit from whatever the Shane O'Mac conversation bore? Is this someone we haven't seen on the indies? Is this is Moxley going to be in the Hurt Business 2.0? Like,
the Hurt Syndicate is funny.
Look like our Irish R&B singer like McLovin. So you never know with you know what I mean. He got the hooping ring and
he made sure his head was shaved. He was ready to go last night. But
you know what I'm saying? We don't. I like it. I like it. Also, I also like Shivani as the like semi-heel announcer nigga.
Yeah. They bet that I hope they have some more story there, because that was a very interesting call. Like, Jim Ross is out. There's a lot of people that he could have directed that animosity to. So specifically Shivani being the he may get taken out. Shivani made a comment talking about this may be, the end of my career. I don't know if he was talking about the Moxley stuff specifically or just in general, but he may get taken out by Marina Shafir. Anyway,
I like this look. I mean, I don't want y'all. Well, y'all know I live for look. I'm not going to say I don't, because I did. But I like the way she feel this time. I like the way she look.
Right. She's kind of China-ish.
I'm intrigued to see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Word.
I think from a women's perspective, they have some interesting pieces on the board. You've got Camille sitting over here under Mercedes. She has a certain kind of aesthetic. You got Marina Shafir. You have Jamie Hayter back. There are some things in play where you can have some really great things in the women's division, which has always been an Achilles heel for All Elite Wrestling. And I think they got some pieces that could really work. What they do with it is going to be the question.
Hey, Chris Brown really liking Tony Schiavone was not on my bingo card. I also really enjoyed when he told you shut up. He was wilding. I was like, oh my god.
That's funny. Math ain't got Tony Brown with him, so he had to snap into a fucking Snickers. I see you, nigga. You trying to get to these damn means, huh?
Yeah.
That's you would have been Braun Strowman getting destroyed on top of a car. Pause. After that big splash the other night.
Big meaty men slapping meat.
And they DDM out the chat.
They said meat versus meat on. I think it was the WWE account that said meat versus meat on Twitter.
Yeah.
But that I'll say this: they were wrestling in the ring. I'm like, get these niggas out the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need a regular match from them. And when Bronson Reed had that garbage can wave, yeah, I was ready after that. And then I thought that they were going to break a ring. I was not ready for my man jumping on top of the cement, divider outside the parking lot and doing a big splash and breaking the whole car. That shit was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
I got a picture
DDM said it earlier, is WWE does moments over moves,
yes.
Right? And that's their thing. And they've really done a really good job building to what this week was, but I feel like even that is still building. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this ain't done.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's got to get a little bit more visceral for me. I think one thing I like where it's going, but one thing that I like, and I'm glad that they are heading into the Netflix era where they can get a little bit more risque. When you have two big men like that, it needs to be primal. I need to see a little bit of blood. I need to see some more visceral stuff. And when it gets there, I think it'll be cute. Also, too, Ricochet did debut.
Yeah.
But
Well, all right. So I actually, that's a good point. Shouts out G Diction. He be tapped in. Ricochet. Last week on the show, we mentioned that Ricochet had essentially signed to AEW. A multi-year agreement is what they were saying at that time last week. And the thought was, it's not if, but when would he be showing up in Wembley Stadium? And they had the Casino Gauntlet match.
Which, listen, for me, there's no, listen, I'm tuning in for every one of those.
Mm-hmm. It was a good match.
Those is hard because you don't know how many people it's going to be. You don't know how many of the niggas in that match was advertised.
Nobody knew Nigel McGuinness, and Nigel McGuinness was probably like online specifically, like all the marks who've been like, I need to see him again. They were so hyped to see him out there. Getting a Ricochet out. They did what they were supposed to do with that match, honestly.
It's Money in the Bank has a baby with the Royal Rumble, and that's what you get. Yeah. Which is fine. There aren't too many completely original things in wrestling, but that was fun to watch.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That was a good moment.
The ending, they did the thing where they bought out the nigga that I hate the most in pro wrestling.
Christian Cage?
No.
Oh, Luchasaurus. My fault.
They bought out the goddamn dinosaur like they was bringing the dinosaur back. And I threw my remote and I kicked over some stuff. Because it's stupid.
Because he's a wrestling dinosaur.
Luchasaurus is a goddamn wrestling dinosaur. That's dumb.
He's a wrestling dinosaur who's a Knicks fan.
His name is Killswitch.
But
he's a dinosaur.
Right. No. I'm cool with Killswitch. When it was the gauntlet match and you saw that goddamn, that's a
everybody. I'm sorry. It's a Steel Reserve. My fault.
Anyway, when he came out after Christian Cage, that screen said Luchasaurus.
It did.
That's why everybody thought he was turning.
Yeah, that's not his fault.
Right. No.
Once again, goes back to AEW production.
Yes, I don't hate. No. I don't hate Killswitch. Killswitch is a great big nigga in a mask. A wrestling dinosaur is stupid because of the conversations my cousin and I have had. Cuz be like, no, he actually is a dinosaur.
He's a dinosaur.
Shut up.
Listen,
he is a dinosaur.
Shut up.
Not when he's Luchasaurus. He's
a dinosaur.
That's a man. He watches the Knicks. He watches the Knicks. That's a man.
That's dumb.
That's a man with a mask on.
It's amazing that you're calling this dumb in an era where they have supernatural people just pop up in the middle. Like, all of this is fucking dumb.
Shut up, Dora.
Supernatural in pro wrestling right now.
That Wyatt family stuff.
They are not.
It's in the same vein.
They not.
It's like half.
There ain't no. Listen, Luchasaurus is stupid.
Luchasaurus is dumb. That's the dumbest gimmick.
Stunt is stupid.
He don't like Marco Stunt.
Marco Stunt is a child, and my child will beat up Marco Stunt.
Chris Brown, how many basketball enjoying dinosaurs have you met in life?
Nope.
Luchasaurus.
Shut up. You ain't met him. You know Luchasaurus. You playing pickup ball. Pause.
You got your 5?
With Luchasaur.
I got my 5. You got your 5?
Yeah, if he had the court.
His 5's the Triceratops.
His 5's
a fucking. I'm sorry, you two.
Ready or not, get on the floor. Everybody wants to go.
Dinosaur.
Ready or not, get on the floor.
We'll see. I will say, because the thing is, outside of all of this, sitting at the center of Luchasaurus is Christian. Whatever Christian Cage wanted to do, Luchasaurus is just his guy.
Listen. That pisses me off more, Vin. If he could do a Rana,
he don't do Lucha.
Plancha,
did he ever do Lucha?
Probably.
At one point, years ago.
It wasn't like Lucha, but he did like more high flying maneuvers.
We really got to get. He did. He did. Shut. He did Lucha. You don't want to. You don't want to respond to right now. I'm about to respond to a question for you. Did he was doing Lucha at the beginning of AEW?
No.
So this is pre 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
The name is just there. He was in Lucha Underground, is what Sean Tragedy is saying, and Chris Breezy
and Chris Brown. Hey, Chris Brown. Sometimes
Not
you
this.
You know what I mean? Shout out. Oh, there she goes. She said it.
Not this.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I be impressed a little bit with, when Chris Brown pull out. Yeah, you're right.
I got you, T.
Yeah, you're right. You are correct, sir.
That's what I was saying. All right.
Yeah, I knew it. I probably should have drank, but I'm like,
niggas got the rambling.
Shut Nick. No, all right, wait, nah, because
it's all been content. It's just been a full week.
The champ is saying, "Oh, hey, make sure Cal drink them Steel Reserves, or make sure he know he got them Steel Reserves." You should have known when you said that shit the other day that what was going on. Yes, but what happens when the quarterback is drunk? What happens when the quarterback is drunk?
You shouldn't have made the bet.
That's too late for that. It's too late for that.
You know what he made the bet.
Thank you, cuz. Thank you, cuz.
You got the
because what the fuck? And then you found the clip. Let's be for real.
Yeah, I was back there like the funny part is when I was talking about that, I was like, yeah, Cal, you made that bet.
I mean, I just wanted to make sure that I seen it because I'm no bullshit. I forgot. That was months ago.
Stop making them goddamn bets.
This is it. Dora right though.
I do got one more Steel Reserve to get rid of though. Anyway, we gotta go get to these picks.
We gotta get to the Bash and Burl. Matter of fact, I'm trying. These images didn't want to load.
I'm definitely not even. I'm not watching this live.
Bash in Berlin this Saturday. I think the pre-show. Well, all right. So actually, Friday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern. There's a kickoff show.
We can watch that live on the Patreon.
We could. Well, I'm not gonna be awake. I gotta see again. I just had 2 Steel Reserves. I gotta see what my Friday morning is gonna be, but that could be a thing that happens. One thou wow. I guess we got to do some predictions. We don't have a Mimi tonight. I need to add one more. What's the other match?
Shit.
It's 5. It's a 5-match card. Is the other part too, which is
I like that.
I thought they were going to add another match. I'm not going to hold you. I thought they were going to add.
Still got another show tomorrow night.
You think they about because they made no. There was like no attempts to add a match on Monday. The right side of the tread is drunk. That's funny. That's a bar right there.
Yes.
All right. So let's get. I got all the images loaded. Let's get to the show again. Right. Actually, as a matter of fact, hold up. Right?
Jesus.
That's right.
Right. Okay. Yeah, we ready.
Right now.
We ready.
Activator for this shit.
First match of the night. Well, the first match of the prediction is actually also the only.
Hey, King, you can't do shots with us.
Yeah, good luck. The only black match of the night as well. The unholy union of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn taking on Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. They don't have an official name for them on the show yet, but predictions. Who's got what?
I'm going to say the unholy union is going to keep it.
Wow.
Speaking for the champ, the real champ, he predicts the unholy unions.
Wow.
Goddamn right he does.
I'm going Bianca Belair and Jade.
Go give me them black ass.
That's interesting. I like this. I like this is some predictions for your ass. Jade Cargill. This is I don't even want to predict where Mimi's gonna go, but
come on, King.
Hey, shout out to Bianca Belair, man. She popped up on one of the shows I watch every week today.
She was just on Peacock, right? Yeah.
Wildest. When I tell you this is the wildest episode of Fresh Prince ever existed.
Yeah.
Chris Brown said DDM got to purchase some shipping labels.
I'm
sorry.
I want to keep the unholy unions to win it. I think because they didn't pin Bianca and Jade. And if they're really trying to build these two girls, they got to give them a real win over them.
Are they trying to build them?
They doing something. And honestly, if Jade and Bianca get the belts back, like, what does that do for like? Because Jade's not.
It's
like, honestly, this shit is whack. This shit is whack. Like, let's be real. This fucking tag team shit with these 4 women is fucking whack. Jade is not executing on the level that she needs to make me even believe this shit. Ray and Alba Fire are not nowhere near over. Nobody gives a shit that they got those belts. The only person pinning this together right now is Bianca Belair, and I feel like they've been disrespectful to her history and the story that they've built with her. And that's the only thing she's getting out of this is we're getting to see that my good sis can carry a match. She can carry other people in a match, which is putting her over. But overall, this shit is fucking whack.
It's Sean Peacock.
Hey, real quick. Shout out to a $1.40, $1.38 organic. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just the shit is whack. Like, I don't even know how I want to sit and try to spin this, but it's whack. Get Bianca out of this shit now. My sis is a main eventer. She is that girl. Like, fuck out of here. Like, this is.
Hey, here's the thing about a main eventer that's bona fide certified, brother DDM. They don't need a belt.
They don't need a belt, and that's why I don't think she's getting it, because this belt does nothing for her. She does not need
this belt has nothing for anyone
at all. I just think it's whack. Like I want her wrestling people where we like. I love that I love that we're getting to see that she did a high flying move on SmackDown last week off the top rope into the entrance ramp. I like that, because that shows that my good sis is still improving her skill set. She's trying new things, but this shit is whack.
Really quick though, DDM, you see this comment, right?
Nia Jackson versus Michin over this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel as though Bianca had to get out of the way for both of these young ladies to flourish in the way that they're flourishing.
But is Michin flourishing?
Yes. Are you kidding me? The use of her, first of all, she's become one of the girls that they see purpose for. When they start using them in different places, they're like, oh, okay, I see you. And because you remember, every time you see one of these young ladies on these shows, it's a check, an extra check. You know what I mean? You getting a check for working during the week. So if you working over here on SmackDown, getting this young lady over, and you over here on NXT getting this young lady over, that's this. That's this. The real currency, and then the currency is screen time. I feel like Michin has really raised her stock over the last 4 months.
But here's where I'm going to push back on this. I don't give a shit about that, because nobody cares that Charlotte Flair casted a shadow on a lot of women. Give that black woman her things. I don't give a shit about a Michin. I don't give a shit about a Nia Jax. You got my girl dragging somebody, and I respect what you saying, fam. I get it. I really get it. But no.
Spotlight.
All right. We gotta get to the rest of this card. We really gotta get to the rest of this card. I ain't gonna hold you, but that's actually I will say I think that conversation is gonna pick up at some point in the near future. Next up on Bash in Berlin this Saturday. Damn, that was the first match. We got the Terror Twins of
I need a shirt. I need a Terror Twins shirt.
Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley taking on Dom Mysterio and Liv Morgan, your world women's champion, representing the Judgment Day.
Oh, y'all gonna hate me.
Say it.
What's 50?
Because I'm gonna ask a question.
What's up?
All right.
Hold up.
Where do you guys rank Dominic Mysterio as a heel in all of pro wrestling?
All of pro wrestling?
In all of pro wrestling, where do you rank Dominic Mysterio?
That nigga top 5, Jack.
I top 5.
I think he's got an argument for top 5.
When you talk about MJF, when you talk about your Darius Carters, I think like when you're talking about like actual heels, he takes the microphone and looks like he's about to start talking, and the crowd is booing him out of whatever facility he's in. He's got to be up there right now. For right now,
Listen, I listened to him talk to someone today, and just a regular conversation. It wasn't like super hard hitting. It wasn't, oh, well, tell me about this. It was a semi-casual conversation. And the way this kid is talking, in relationship to his father and just the things he's done, Rhea, of course, he's really good. Like, Dom is an amazing heel right now.
Doris said they're not using him right. He's ready to be solo.
He is solo. Like, all right, yes, he's in the Judgment Day, but then it was like, oh, well, is he going to this other with Fantastic? Oh, nah. Look, Dominic is an island. Like, he does what he wants to. Like, if he left the Judgment Day tomorrow, Shorty would have to go with him.
Facts.
Shorty ain't Shorty without him.
Facts.
Then I disagree with that, but that's another conversation. But Dom,
Vince said Dom is a better heel than MJF. I don't know if I agree with that, but I think the second part, he's so casual about his heelness. I think that's probably the key. Is it's not like he's putting on that he's a bad guy. That's who he is. I saw a clip of him talking to Logan Paul on Logan Paul's podcast, and he brought up Japan, and Dominic Mysterio asked Logan Paul if he was shadow banned from Japan. And when you gotta watch the video, because I don't think Logan Paul was ready for any type of conversation like that, which is dumb because WWE had just went to Japan. Like, you know what your history is, bro. You know what you videotaped when you was in Japan, bro. You know why they probably ain't calling you U.S. champion as to be out there in Japan, bro. You know what was going on, but he had the fake, like, I mean, and Dom's not going to say, hey, bro, I know what the fuck you did, but he will say, hey, it's like you shadow banned from Japan. And Logan can't say nothing but LOL.
Here.
Look at that.
Dominic Mysterio. He one of the baddest kids in wrestling right now. That's all I gotta say. Just looking at him. Here. See, that's the thing about a heel will make a good heel sometimes. Just looking at him. Just make you sick. He started talking. He come out there, he step out there with that smile on his face and that damn mustache and that hair and all of that, and every little thing that you see about him, just he looked like a dirt bag. And
he looked dirty.
And he talked like a dirt bag. So
everybody hate him. The mustache is nasty work.
That's a nasty
mustache. And he was leading into it. Like, listen, this is the thing I love about a really good pro wrestling heel. Is they do nothing cool.
Nasty work.
Nothing cool about Dominic Mysterio. And this is a nigga that try to put on as much off-white as possible.
All the time.
And from a fashion perspective, I actually think that in this, I don't know, the chat's going to be like, what? But being a fashion photographer's assistant, I love the hair and the mustache because I think it's very high fashion. I think photographed correctly, I love it. I love that hair. I love that. I love it personally. I think it's really, really chic.
It's a better look than that baby face, like the crew cut or whatever he had when he first started wrestling. Man. Like it feels like he's if he's not understanding who his character is. At the very least, he's embracing a look, which
Yeah,
I
love. I think that look actually is very. You know what that look reminds me of? It's a direct pull from the kids, and I'm giving some of my history from the kids that go to the warehouse parties, that go to a lot of the DIY joints. A lot of the kids that listen to JPEG Mafia, Santa Gold, shit like that.
Shout out.
People hate those people.
RockTheDove.com. Okay.
Hey.
We have to we sort of derail, but we do gotta get our picks in for this. Who y'all got? Terror Twins or the Judgment Day? I'm going Judgment Day.
That's a good theory, Cal. I understand.
Damn, yeah. I knew it when he said Who y'all got?
Yeah, give me Dirty Dom them.
There you go.
Well, the champion says, the champion predicts.
Oh, they've been texting. That's what they do.
The Terror Twins, the Rhea Ripley and Damon Priest, gonna go down. They're gonna kick their ass.
Okay,
that's what's gonna happen.
That's you, DDM.
Fucking right.
I'm gonna go with the Terror Twins.
Okay, it makes sense, kinda.
All right.
Kinda.
All right.
Or if they lose, then that means that there's still a redemption arc that needs to happen, because I don't know how long they're gonna keep this belt on live.
That's good. That's a good point.
So there needs to be a redemption arc somewhere in there if you're telling this story.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. The Liz Morgan get a fast one on them or something like that.
Yeah. And then they did get their ass beat a few times in there.
I don't know my bets. What DDM? What you got?
Bad business.
Shit.
It's the Terror Twins for real, or?
Yeah, we're gonna have to upload Jeopardy music for DDM picks.
Matter of fact, I may still have.
Oh, on the call, champ.
I'm say Living Dom with interference. So I'm gonna go with Living Dom against my better judgment, but there still needs to be a redemption arc somewhere in there.
I'm with you.
Because then it's like, what's next? If they win, like, okay, what's next?
I'm with you. All right. Okay. So far, so good. Next up, strap match.
Oh,
my fucking husband.
Pause. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre about to get strapped up.
Whoa.
In Berlin and have a match. Or is it a 4-corner strap match?
Oh, the thing when they got to pull you each turnbuckle and tap it.
Yeah, sorry, wait, DDM, you said the Terror Twins?
No.
You said Judgment Day.
Focus, yeah. I said
he did Judgment Day. Give me Charles Manson Punk here.
There you go.
Okay.
CM Punk. I think I'm gonna take CM Punk as well.
My husband wanted the last pay-per-view.
He did win the last match, yes.
Okay, so
Drew McIntyre won.
Yes.
You said what, DDM?
I'm gonna go with CM Punk. Yeah.
Okay. Who you got, champ?
All right. Well, the champion, the reigning defending champion, predicts for this match, Drew McIntyre will win this thing.
Okay.
Right.
Drew McIntyre.
That's how we as a kid.
I'm sorry. Next up,
hey, shout out to Cal for a fire music playlist on the Ringer Podcast Network.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
It wasn't close. You trashed them niggas.
If your intro theme ain't got Cult of Personality and Natural Born Killers on it for the New Jack, what are you doing?
Didn't you have a Batista theme? Did you have Batista?
I had the Batista, and I
washed them niggas up.
It was something I had because we did 4, but I got to check the graphic. It was something else I had, but yeah. I was voting for myself. I was surprised. Anyway. Next up, Codeland Rhodes defending the undisputed WWE Championship against his friend Kevin Owens.
Cody winning.
You said Cody?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course, Cody.
Yeah,
DDM, fam, Math is all saying Cody.
me and the champ, we say Kobe Rhodes. Got it.
Yeah, I'm saying
That's
Cody.
right. No goodbye. No KO Kevin Owens. Not this time anyway. Hey, look, I'm looking forward to see where this goes because I think it's gonna be an interesting little turn in the story. Yeah, with KO Kevin Owens and Kobe Rhodes. But yes, Kobe Rhodes, just to be clear.
Kobe Rhodes. That was the last steel. I do have a Heineken in the fridge, but
I still got another steal.
No.
That states away. I can't have. What do you mean no?
Never that whore. Trust me on that.
Math, you can't. You knew what was going to happen. Hey, tell Cal he got to drink. He got to drink the Steel Reserve on the show. You knew what was happening.
I love
you knew. You knew what was happening. Oh, you got your arm up? Bet. We could do this all day. You wanted Steel Reserves, right?
Hey.
All right, cut it off, Cal. We're gonna get shut down. Cut it off, Cal. We're gonna get shut down.
My fault. I don't know if he played that. That may be as much as we played during the holiday show. It was a minute ago. Shouts out to the holiday show. I don't know where DDM went. Final match of Bash in Berlin.
Yeah.
The match that everybody's been waiting for, although they thought it was going to be Gunther and Dragunov. Gunther is defending let me just make sure I'm right. He's defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Randy Orton. Now, there are stipulations, which is kind of obvious, but whatever. If Orton wins the title, he's going to go to Raw, and Gunther will be transferred to SmackDown. I don't know how that plays into your decision-making, but that is a stipulation on the match.
Randy ain't winning shit.
Give me Gunther.
Damn. DDM and Fam said Gunther.
That's right. And the champion says it too. Gunther, the ring general, gonna win again.
Shit, I got Gunther.
The winner and still world champion. That's right.
I got so right now it's only so many options. It's gonna be interesting. This is gonna be an interesting pay-per-view for the predictions title. Again, this Saturday, Bash in Berlin. There's NXT also has a show on Sunday. I feel like, matter of fact, hold on. Let's get to, because they got a 6-match card, and the homegirl Jada Parker's got a whole feature. She slapped the shit out that woman.
Yeah.
She slapped the shit out there. She said, "Hey, I'm gonna slap the taste out your mouth." She said, "What? A papaya?" It's a decent show, though. It's a decent show. I think some of the biggest matches. We mentioned Roxanne and Jada for the NXT Women's Championship. Connie Jordan and Wendy Chu is also wrestling that night. That'll be for the Women's North American title.
Right.
We say, man? Nothing. Obafemi is defending the North American title against Tony D'Angelo. Hopefully Oba wins that. Wesley and Zachary Wentz is probably going to be a crazy match. That's a that's like a blood feud type situation. Mm-hmm. We talked about this last week, but I didn't actually realize Trick Williams is going to be the special guest referee for the Ethan Page, Joe Hendry NXT Championship match. Is anybody thinking Joe Hendry's leaving Sunday night as champion? And is that Denver?
No, but it'll be cool.
It'd be cool if he won.
But no.
Trick gonna stab Hendry right in his back.
Trick said, "Hey, whoop that Trick on Sunday."
It's over.
I'm with it. No, I'm with it. That's kind of
Henry.
That's kind of that for wrestling. Aside from, I know some of the squad was out in Brooklyn the other day for JobberSlam 4, there's a whole New Japan show in DC this weekend.
On Mothers Mo. Hey, shout out to Keith Lee.
Shout out Keith Lee. Shout out Keith Lee for
The
real.
natives are restless.
Oh,
That-
man.
Listen, the DC niggas are angry because they taking offense. The Baltimore niggas are angry and aggressive because they got a chance to dunk the ball. It's been interesting on the timeline. The funniest thing I seen, the nigga said Keith Lee rated the food bad because the DC niggas took all the pots and pans they were supposed to be cooking with and made go-go. I was like, that's very funny. I thought it was very funny.
Oh, damn.
Shout out.
Shout out to the JoJo band.
Hey, JY, the good JY. Shout out to the good JY.
Matter of fact,
You know
one
what I
of
mean?
these days,
BYP.
I'm sorry, Didi, we about to get out of here. So one of these days, we're gonna have to do a shoot interview with Tony Brown and talk about his days as a DJ back in the day, though. Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back before
The Trouble Funk had it going on. Yeah.
Shout out to Trouble. Listen.
Capital Collision.
Shout out to the Capitol Center, man. Live at the Go-Go.
It's about to be Mercedes
Great.
Monet and all them about to be there. If you see some folks down there and you're down there,
I'm not going to listen. I will not have a backpack down there.
I don't know. Can you?
No. But also, I'm driving down there, so I will not have a backpack down there.
Next time. We mentioned earlier, Netflix is dropping the Mr. McMahon 6-episode docuseries. September 25th is when it premieres. I guess that's all 6 episodes one day. I'm not sure. Again, don't ask me. I don't know nothing about this. I got the information when y'all got the information. Speaking of getting information, there was a news report going around this week that the Performance Center was going to be moving to Vegas. Don't worry about that right now. From what I understand, it could happen at some point, but they're not moving tomorrow or anytime any people are worrying about that right now. I think that's it for this week. I was going to say I'm not even that lit, but it's not that crazy after a couple of those may be the last Steel Reserves I drink for the rest of my life.
That's good. That is a good thing.
Shout out Brian Danielson. Brie Bella was outside talking about, hey, I like this pro wrestling over here in AEW.
No,
I like
you.
this AEW. That's what she said.
Bree, no thank you. We good.
What if Brian Danielson's daughter's Birdie's about to be a wrestler in 12 years?
No thank you.
Say less. Another episode.
In other words, what you saying, you telling Brie Bella she can look at AEW, but she can't touch.
No thank you.
Where's my applause button? Because that is outstanding. That was outstanding. That's another episode down. And shouts out to the long weekend, a long wrestling weekend. Before we get out of here, I had to remember how we ended the show. There's one question I got to ask every week. DDM, you got a Black Rass of the week?
I'm going to say Darius Carter.
Shout out. He beat Wilkins' ass all over Brooklyn.
That's crazy.
They threw him into a truck and everything.
Oh wow.
It was great.
That's what's up, man. I took tomorrow off too as well.
Salute.
I watched Fresh Prince, so I'm gonna go with the EST.
There you go. I like seeing that. I did like.
Yo, they
seeing
on
that.
Fresh Prince freaking off. It was titties and the F word in this episode.
Whoa.
And then she just popped out like, "Hey, what's up?"
And then she was like, "Hey, I'm in NXT." Oh yeah, she one time for the one time, Antoine. You right?
Salute. Champ, you got a Black Rass of the week?
I'm going with Myron Reed.
Salute.
I'm winning the Independent Wrestling Expo
Salute.
Championship. Shout out to Myron Reed, the young GOAT.
I'm with that. Downtown? You got Black Rasslin of the week?
Do I have a Black Rasslin of the week? Let's see. Who really doing their thing this week?
That's a good
I'm not gonna lie. I seen Esclavia Woods the other day. He looked like he getting a little bit more serious now. He's starting to wear different colors and things. He ain't down with the New Days and they program.
He got that shit tailored, yeah. Facts.
Yeah, you know what? Hell with it. He my Black Rasslin of the week.
Next week is next week.
You said Xavier Woods?
Esclavia Woods. It's gonna be a new day.
Yes, it is.
My Black Rasslin of the week. Shout out to my brother Stan, for real. He didn't end up winning that battle royal, but he was the baby face of that battle royal for a minute. And at some point, I got to get Stan to like. He gonna have to do a concert though. He gotta sing something. Stan, Hearts, whoever. When Stan is on Black Rasslin, I'm not saying he got to sing a whole song, but he be remixing songs on the Yami. He got to perform one of them ones on the show.
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't no performance. Who gonna sit here and it don't matter if we love the song.
He gotta sing it. That may be still reserved talk. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up. DDM.
Yes.
Where can the folks find you on the social medias, especially during this election year?
As always, at Dapper Damitis. You can find me also on YouTube, youtube.com/Secretary of Shade for all things election and America based. Also on WIPR, NPR, Secretary of Shade podcast. New episode, Sith World Project 2025 will be premiering on Monday.
Okay.
What?
Brother Fan?
Hey man, LFam79 on your social media choice. Pay close attention to add something else.
It was a whole tweet that was out there.
Yeah, man. We like listens. I like listens. Y'all like listens?
We working. We working.
I like listens, man. Also, and I know he's doing an amazing job as the consigliere. However, Black Watch is on the way back.
That's right.
Woo. Hold on, let me get the
Black Watch.
Black Watch on the way. I've been telling y'all Black Watch on the way. I said it was coming.
Hey man,
soon.
first month of Black Watch on the way back will be New Jack matches.
Amazing.
Right. Oh man, it's gonna be a whole lot of gratuitous violence.
Facts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gratuitous.
And we got something else cooking for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
All kind of new cool shit. Basically.
Yeah, we got some working. Is all we can say right now.
Pay that one, pay that 10.
Facts. Yeah, make sure you're paying all the I mean.
Yeah, man, we on the way. Right. We on the way, y'all.
You catch me and Tony Brown down at the Finger Hut this weekend.
Hey, yo.
Oh, my gosh. Shout out to the Finger Hut catalog. I smell that.
We got it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We're giving away turkeys and backpacks.
Giving away turkeys in August. Labor Day weekend turkeys is crazy.
Ain't never too soon to get ready for Thanksgiving.
Goddamn right. Stuff these bitches.
This bird been sitting for 2 months.
Hey, yo, the giblet packet on the August turkey is crazy.
DDM, we're going. DDM, shout out.
We're follow up.
I'm sorry. Downtown Tony Brown.
Yes.
Shout out where people can find you. Appreciate you, my brother.
On all the social medias, you can find Downtown on X. You can find me on the Instagram.
I just
post. You can find me on tick-tock,
Top.
and you don't stop. And the thing to put in there after you do the little swirly thing is not the little swirly thing. Hold on now.
Not the swirly thing. Not the
It's
swirly thing.
downtown, baby. Straight on the cross like that. It's downtown, baby.
There you go.
The little swirly thing sound like something I did to Stacey Q back in 1988. But we ain't gonna go there.
It's another day. It's another day. At Cal on Twitter. At Black Rasslin on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. BlackRasslin.com is the website. And as always, you can find Black Rasslin, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Wherever your podcast at, we there. We there. Patreon.com/Black Rasslin. Pay the 1, pay the 10. Shouts out to everybody. Shouts out to TDM. Shouts out to Mimi. God damn it. Hopefully you enjoy your Labor Day wrestling weekend. Shouts out to Sidney Akeem for coming through as well. Peace of Tay-Tay for making it happen. Salute to Mimi. Peace of the chat. That's it, right? We'll catch y'all next week for a bunch more of these shenanigans. No steel reserve because I ain't making no bets. I promise you. I promise you. New Jack, please take us out.
Like me or not, I didn't come up here to be liked. I came up here to get paid.